Hi guys, namaste, and welcome back to another spiritualistic message from your spirit guides. Please use your intuition to select one of these three groups, either group 1, 2, or 3, and I will go ahead and link the timestamps below so you can go ahead and skip to your reading. I'd like to thank you so much for being here, and if this reading resonates with you today, please drop a comment, like, or subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me as it helps me continue to create content for you in the future. I'm so grateful for you just for being here. Thank you for the energy exchange, and I will see you at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, Group 1. Namaste. Thank you for being here. If you selected this gorgeous raw emerald and the Trust the Timing card from the Starseed Oracle deck, then this reading is for you. So, emerald. What a beautiful, beautiful stone. This has to do with abundance and prosperity, but particularly in your heart chakra. This helps you to feel like you have enough where you're at and to call in even more, but only that which resonates with you and that which has equal give and take, unconditional love, and just makes you feel like the shining star that you are. Now, you could have been in a situation where you were closed off to this type of energy for a while, but this emerald is big and strong and bold, likely like your next move or the way that you are starting to feel the energy you're stepping into. With the Trust the Timing card, we have trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. So there's definitely this energy of your will to thy will, and just trusting divine timing that everything will work out exactly the way it's supposed to all the time, no matter what. I'm going to put this down. I would like to mention that as I was shuffling your cards, Money by Pink Floyd was being played by my neighbor outside my window. So this could have to do with some kind of financial or physical stability. They were also playing Dreams by Fleetwood Mac, so that could be significant as well. There could be messages for you in the lyrics of those songs, or it could just be that you're really focusing on your physical stability at this time, and there's seemingly a tie between your heart chakra and your root chakra, your stability and your emotions. So let's see. 10 of coins wanting to pop out there. Physical fulfillment. Ooh, whoa, hey. So I am feeling called to do a past, present, and future spread for you guys today. So I will do that. We have Ace of Swords, Knave of Coins, indicating your past energy here. We have Justice along with the Knave of Cups. And it's like the future energy doesn't want to come out yet, but I feel like you already know what it is. That's interesting. Okay, we have the 7 of Cups here, and there's one more. Oh, and the Sun. Hey, you are about to get your wish fulfillment, and you already know this, but there's a little bit of energy of fulfillment or material stability, financial concerns, or just some old energy in your heart chakra that is trying to release itself from your energy so that there's room for something new and beautiful and better and makes you feel all nice and happy and stuff. So for this past energy, we have the Ace of Swords and the Knave of Coins. So there's definitely something that started very quickly, some kind of clarity, communication, message, some kind of new way of thinking, a new mindset or new opportunity that presented itself to you. Now, this was entirely unexpected. When this happened, you had no words for what was going on, but at the same time, every word that was exchanged seemed perfect, but you weren't able to see this until you looked back at it from the future perspective. It's like hindsight's 20/20 in the situation. And that's why we have Trust the Timing here. Trust the wave you came in on. This happened abruptly. You likely weren't expecting to have this sudden change of perspective, and from there, everything slowed down a lot. With this Knave of Coins energy, things continued to progress in a forward-moving motion, but these peacock feathers and then also the fact that you got the Pentacles suit here is indicating that you found a diamond in the rough in some way, shape, or form. This opportunity is something that's worth taking its time with, and definitely this peacock feather is standing out again, so there's an energy of being like 1 in a million or just something that doesn't come around every day. And you recognize this immediately. It seems like the sword is cutting through this crown here, so it could be that something about expression had you feeling like you were on top of the world, had you feeling like you owned like the world, you're walking around like you have all your stuff together, but something came around to change your mind about this. And it definitely has to do with sacral energy here. So it could have to do with your like creative energy. It could have to do with pleasure, with fulfillment in a pleasureful way. It could have to do with sensuality, sexuality, and then I will say creative expression again, because that does feel very tied here. And I did notice that the Cups card came out under the throat chakra crystal. So this kind of is indicating that in the past there was something that it happened in a flash moment, but it hasn't left your mind since then. So now you want to take action towards this situation, or towards this new mindset, towards this new energy that you're welcoming into your life, but it more like was dropped into your lap a little less than you were looking for it. It's one of those instances where, you know, when you're looking for something and it doesn't show up, and then when you stop looking for it, it just falls in your lap. I saw 515 on the recording time, which lets me know that there is a change that was kind of there were changes in your external situation that were trying to pressurize you into making this realization so that you can learn and grow even more. Now, in the present moment, you have Justice with the Knave of Cups. So it's interesting. Justice is Libra, but it's also number 8, which indicates scorpionic energy. So there's a deep transformation regarding what you consider to be balanced. Now, you do have the Knave of Cups, which lets me know that this situation has you in your feelings quite a bit. Both of these cards are yellow, which reminds me back of this crown. So you had this energy. It was like a mask of your I want to say ego, but not like, you know, ego, but it's like there's this mask over the way that you portrayed yourself, who you told yourself that you are. The situation is having you explain that, and as you are explaining that, you're realizing that as you come to the root, there are things that are left unhealed. You're bringing these things into balance, but you must do some shadow work and cut through some of these false narratives that you told yourself. But this is all in a positive direction. Notice that there was nobody holding this. There was like hostility, kind of, is what I'm hearing, like that was leading towards this crown energy. But she's actually like sitting on her throne wearing the crown, seeming quite unbothered in this beautiful like Libra, scorpionic, like just queen energy up in here. So with all these stars, you are connecting. Okay, so you're connecting to detachment quite a bit. And as you detach from the things around you, you are realizing that you've painted false pictures of yourself towards yourself, and they were not healthy for you. They did not benefit you in the long run. And now you have this Knave of Coins energy on your mind. You want to follow the flow of your emotions and follow the flow of what you're picking up on instead of what you feel like you should be doing. If you notice this coins energy, it's actually interesting. The physical realm can sometimes be portrayed by the color yellow, green because like money and stuff and grass, but yellow is also like the sun, like fire also, which we did get here. Now I'm noticing that you were experiencing emotions, but you were trying to ground them, practicalize or rationalize them, use your practical mind. Now you're realizing that things that you had rationalized in your mind were not all entirely true. You are unlearning in order to relearn and create some more space. But this has you diving back into this heart energy, and you're seeing things from a new perspective. I'm noticing that his eyes are blue, and there's like this really daunting gaze about his eyes. It's like, I'm hearing You See Right Through Me by Nicki Minaj. Oh, beautiful song. Your cup is empty, and it's like overflowing, but what's coming out is air. It's communication of stability, of like perhaps moving in this direction, a stable offer, something. You're starting to see through the veil that you had put yourself in order to protect yourself from being hurt, because this was a defense mechanism, and you're realizing that. And now you're realizing that there's no reason to be on the defense, even though you're ready at all times for a fight. But see how this queen is literally unbothered. It's kind of reminding me of Aquarius energy a little bit, to be honest, like Aquarian, Scorpio, kind of Libra energy here. It's highly unbothered. Like she's just like over here chilling, being beautiful, and she has a sword in her hand. She's ready to fight, but that's not what her focus is on. Her focus is on what's directly in front of her, and leading to this Knave of Cups energy, it seems like right now you're in this energy of you're thinking about communication that's come your way, likely relating to whatever this peacock energy was. Now, there's a hat on his head, which indicates a inability, not inability, but an unwillingness to detach from certain things in your life that were helping your defense mechanisms feel safe, that were helping your ego feel comfortable. Now, I'm noticing that the finger that rules the air is sticking apart from the rest. So it could be that communication is heavily on the mind and that you're replaying old words, old messages, old situations, old thought patterns in your mind. You're really going through and zeroing in on these energies. And this hidden rose on his neck, from this perspective, it looks like it's on the receiving side. But if you were in his position, it would be on the giving side. So there is a process that's going on within you that have to do with your emotions and your intuition. And you are wanting to you're wanting to match the energy that you got, but you're realizing that when you have the shield on, you are telling yourself that you're unable to. But you're not a person that tells yourself that you're unable to do things. So that's kind of challenging your sense of self, your ego, your pride here. And our ego is it is our sense of self. So it's not anything to, how do I say this? Detach from necessarily, but when we connect with when we connect with our crown chakra here, we connect to the divine or something greater than us. That kind of puts the ego into this kind of power play. Power is also an element of the sacral or solar plexus chakra. See, I said sacral. Wow. All these energies are kind of mixed up a little bit. So I'm really feeling that there's an energy of knowing that there's more out there for you, but just because it's not what you're used to, you're wondering if you have the capacity to jump. Now with the Seven of Cups and the Sun, there's definitely an energy of you having options, but there's only one that's guided by the moon. There's only one that's a star. All of the rest look exactly the same. They feel exactly the same. And really, it's this one in the center that has brought all of them together. The reason that the Seven of Cups energy is even around was so that you were in an energy to be receptive towards the one in the center. Now, it's no secret that this one is different, but there's also, you can't see the bottom of this cup, which indicates that there can be unknowns in the situation, and you want to bring them to light, the Sun. Now, this is the future energy, which lets me know that there's a decision that's not really a decision at all, really. But you're stepping into this energy of feeling worthy, feeling confident enough. You're befriending your ego. You're befriending your sense of self. And not from a holier than thou place. It's from a my will to thy will. Surrendering to the universe. Surrendering to the fact that everything is perfect all the time, no matter what. And that we are co-creators of our own destinies. Our minds create our reality. But at the same time, the more that you physically Tetris your own life, the more rigid shapes you will need to work with in order to find that flow. And elements and consciousness and space particles, they're really not rigid like that. That in itself is even an illusion of the physical realm. And it's like you're cracking open and you're connecting to the fact that there's something greater than you. There's something that is divine. There's some spiritual energy here. Oh, I'm really feeling the energy open up and my heart is kind of going like tickety tickety tock. So number 7, again, Libra energy. This card is 8 Scorpionic, but Justice is the Libra card, which is ruled by Venus as well. So this indicates, and with the Knave of Cups, this could have to do with some kind of situation that has to do with something that just makes your heart really, really happy, and or your personal relationships. Now, there's this energy of there are 2 that make you feel super stable. There are 2 that you're just used to having there. There are 4 that feed into this false perception of yourself you've been telling yourself. And then there's 1 in the middle that encourages you to fly free. And notice that there are belts around all of these. Now, it could be that there is an energy of restriction around all of the options except for the one that allows you to feel free. And you're realizing, will be realizing that you created this out of a want for freedom, but a fear of being so free to the fact that you couldn't trust others except for yourself. So you needed to overly trust yourself in order to create some kind of illusion of who you are, sense of self, getting up, doing it anyway, creating this beautiful legacy for yourself, from yourself, by yourself, through yourself. You can trust you. And so the things and people and situations that you surrounded yourself with, you knew were not long-term, and you knew were not beneficial for you, and that is exactly why you chose to put them there. Now, because you are in this energy of you deserve everything you ever wanted, and you can move towards what it is you want, you accidentally let this energy slide in. This energy of what it is that you really want. And it's almost like you were fighting yourself against this, but at the same time, you are building your way there. It's exactly, it's growth through adversity. It's like a flower growing through the crack of a sidewalk. Now, in the future energy with the Seven of Cups and the Sun, there will definitely be success and happiness. You will have your wish fulfillment here. There's this energy of clear communication coming in with these clouds, and then 19 indicates finding personal freedom through self-expression. The Sun is also ruled by Leo, which is ruled by the Sun. So your outward expression of yourself is likely changing. The way that you see yourself is changing, and it's not different. It's just expanded. And this is so beautiful. There's definitely there are two people on this card, and I'll notice that this cloth, they're entirely nude, but this cloth is draped around their privates together. And this kind of indicates to me that anything that is left unseen, or any traumas, any difficult things from the past, everything will be revealed. There's going to be this element of nakedness, energetically, through communication, through your feelings, of this stripping everything bare, and finally getting to the root of everything. And that will be where the resonance lies. That will be where you find your deepest desires, your fullest potential, and you're able to express yourself outwardly the most comfortably. You feel very, very safe here. You actually feel more free around the situation than you did in the confines of your own mind, because it was restricted by things that other people had told you that you can and should be. But that's why you're trusting the wave that you came in on, and that's why time is not running out. Now, the fact that I'd like to come back to this drape for a second here, it's kind of indicating that what is here at the core is pure. It's not motivated by ulterior motives. It's not there is no sneaky energy here. It is it's pure. These two are happy to be in each other's energy underneath the Sun, because the Sun provides life, and connection provides vitality, and there's so much abundance and grounded, and there are stars, grounded and ethereal energy in this beautiful card that do indicate, both of these letters have 3 words, so 33, a mastery of understanding of the past. And you're realizing that there's this purity and this gentleness and this vitality that is waiting for you in the future. And you're kind of picking up on this here. It's like, see how the Sun, both of these cards are yellow, which does indicate solar plexus, but it also does indicate the energy of the Sun and putting yourself first in Leo, and showing up and knowing that you're strong enough to tackle anything that comes in your way. And because you're in this energy, because you've needed to be, you're cracking through it and coming to this place of, yeah, wait, I can do anything. I can have everything. I can manifest whatever I'd like. I can just be chill and happy and have everything that I want. And no, there wasn't really an option. You're starting to see things that weren't in your best interest, and you're seeing the way that everything flowed itself together in order to draw you here. It's like you're starting to pick up on synchronicities that are almost too good to be true, but you know that they're not, because in the light of the Sun, as you have been, you're realizing that nothing is impossible. The Sun is a big ball of fire, right? And it provides life to all of Earth, and it's entirely relative just to us too. It hasn't always been that way. It won't always be that way. We exist for like a blip in time, which doesn't even exist in a dimension that we can really experience. Like, the dimension of time space is the 4th dimension, and we live in a 3-dimensional reality, and we live our entire lives by time. So you're kind of starting to realize that there's not really an element of time going on here. Things are as slow and as fast as you want them to be. Swords is fast, coins is slow, cups is kind of go with the flow, and then the sun, again, it's fast, fiery, and vast. Like, so there's this energy of, in the past, there was something super quickly that came in, you pulled the brakes on it super hard. This balanced out the energy a little bit, and now you're moving from this cups, this go with the flow, heart-centered, letting your intuition and your emotions guide you in order to come to where you want to be. This is beautiful, really lovely energy for you, Group 1. Time is not running out. If you were worried about that, continue to, the more energy that you put on yourself, in like a loving fashion, the more quickly this will resolve itself, the situation. I'm also from this Emerald, I'm hearing Emerald City, like Wizard of Oz, so that movie could be significant for some reason. Oh, I love that movie. It's so beautiful. Also Wicked, I'm kind of hearing popular. I'll help you be popular. Don't want to hear my voice in my tarot readings. Okay, so for clarity, for the Ace of Swords, you have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, keeping your cards close to your chest. Two of Cups falling under the Knave of Coins. So you pulled the brakes on this because the immediate depth scared you. There's some kind of you didn't want to show your whole self, but by putting yourself in this energy, you ended up showing more than you meant to in the first place. And you realized this, and because you had accidentally shown your depths, your full depths with these whales here, Lord of Love, and the Lotus being held by a hand, it's like you realize that you are safe to grow and thrive in this situation. But Venus in Cancer indicates that you needed to reassess your morals in some way, shape, or form, what it is that you value, and your home, your mother, feminine energy. There's this energy of telling yourself that you were stuck when in reality there was a stability. Now there's number 4 can be being stuck. It can be stability in your home. It can also be angels. It can be your mother, like nourishment, nurturing, right? So there's this energy of, is it stuck or is it stable? Am I stuck or am I stable? And these are two sides of the same coin, as you can see. So you're kind of dealing with that for a little bit, right? Pull the brakes on your situation in order to gain clarity, balance out yourself, go do your own work in order to cut out any of those false narratives that people were imposing onto you because you consciously surrounded yourself, at the time unconsciously, but now you're kind of realizing that energies that you were giving your energy to were just there to take your energy. They weren't actually giving you anything in return. You were not able to grow and thrive and flourish. And if you were constantly feeling drained before this, too drained to give to the situations that you wanted to give to, you're kind of realizing that there was an adjustment of priorities that needed to come. Now, in the past, you saw a lot of potential here, and that could be after you decided to close yourself down. We have Four of Pentacles, which is Capricornian energy, which is Saturn. So there's likely an indication of some karma that you were working through at the time that likely had to do with communication or cutting people out of your life that no longer served you, or just communicating authentically about yourself with others in general, things like this. So now in the present energy, we have the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Okay, so as you're balancing things out, you're realizing that there are energies that you thought that you were over that really you're still processing. There's some sorrow that was locked up in here. We have Saturn and Libra energy. So here's Saturn coming back again, saying that you have put a lot of hard work into yourself, but a lot of this was restrictive. And as you're balancing this out, you're actually starting to find more freedom by looking at the difficult parts of your life than you were by ignoring them and just standing up and moving on anyway. Because as you pay attention to these energies that have hurt you, you're able to heal and release them and then create space for beauty and happiness. And we can feel as much pain as we feel happiness. And if you're focusing on the pain or you're just distracting yourself from the pain, then you're not actually making room for that fulfillment to come in and replace it. Seven of Swords, Lord of Unstable Effort. Yeah, so this falling on top of the Knave of Cups indicates that you're trying to follow your emotions, but in the past how do I say this? There's like a lack of feeling trustworthy in yourself. Okay, you don't know if you can trust yourself entirely to make the decisions that you needed to make because there's some hurt in you. You're afraid of showing yourself too much because what if you have someone else's best interest at heart, Aquarius energy here, but they don't have yours back in heart, your best interest at heart? But this feather coming on his receiving side on this card is kind of indicating there is a deep surrender to the divine here, and that is why that's what's being channeled to you. This energy of faith in the universe, this energy of trust in God, in source, in divinity, in whatever, however you'd like to explain or manifest or rationalize that to yourself. It doesn't have to be religious. It doesn't even have to be spiritual. It's just being open to the cosmos and something greater than yourself. Now, this crescent moon energy, very interesting, because this is a waxing crescent moon coming up onto Saturn. So this is saying that there are some energies that are still kind of coming up on you, but you're realizing that on the other side of this, there are blessings. You just don't know if you're able to sustain enough communication to portray what it is that you want. My throat chakra is feeling a little bit like lost for words. And I'm hearing you could be like channeling through songs or allowing music to help you process your emotions. This is really common. You know, some people will like draw or listen to music or do yoga or whatever, but this has to do a lot with physical communication, with words, with thoughts. And sometimes when you don't have your own words, you don't have your own thoughts, sometimes allowing yourself to listen to or walk through or experience somebody else's expression of a similar energy can actually help you process what you're going through on your own. And of course, you take what resonates and you leave what doesn't, but it can actually help you resonate with others in a way that is helpful for you. So you could be like listening to old music that you haven't listened to in a very long time. You could be listening to sadder music or happier music, or just something that is quirky, different from the norm around you, or different than what you're used to, because it connects you with deep parts of yourself that you had tried to cut out as a mode of self-preservation. There's a flower on the sword in the middle, and this indicates that you are kind of weaving yourself with... Okay, so you're starting to weave your energy into something or someone else's. And you believe that you have their best interest in heart, and you think that there is potential here. You think that they have your best interest at heart as well. However, at the end, all of these swords are connecting. This can indicate that you're afraid of making it as far as you want to get, and then things crumbling at the very end. This can indicate a fear of communicating almost correctly, or needing to put yourself into a mold that is best receptive to the other party, because that's what you're used to, instead of just being authentic about yourself. Seven of Swords often indicates in traditional symbology somebody who is picking up swords of their enemies after a battle. So it could be that you are collecting tools from your tool belt from other people, and you're kind of seeing, how did they get through this? How did they get through that? How did they handle this? How did they handle this? And you're kind of collecting all of these little tools into your tool belt, and you're using what resonates with you. You're starting to reassess your morals. You're starting to reassess the karma that you've been through. You're starting to notice this cyclical nature of things around you. And you're starting to see things from a larger perspective, because you're detaching. You're detaching from all of these situations that you put yourself in that didn't serve your highest good. And this can be looking at a person, place, or thing and being like, nope, snip, snip. Or it can even just be sitting there silently with yourself with the intention of, I release things that don't have my best interest at heart. And then you open up your eyes, or you wake up the next day and you're starting to see things dissolve out of your life. Now, as you are working on opening up your heart, and you're connecting to something greater, you're realizing that your throat is opening up, you feel more comfortable expressing yourself, and your intuition is opening up too, so you're receiving more intuitive downloads. And this is something that you cannot wait to talk about. But maybe the past version of you wouldn't have even gone here. And so that's a really interesting energy that's coming out. I can't wait to see what we pull for the future. I'm hearing pull the 2 from the bottom, which is interesting. So we have 5 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Why did I get the no beep? I'm clarifying the 5 of Cups with another card. Hierophant. Oh, hey. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. So, 7 of Cups. Your choices. Let's take a look at your options that are ahead of you. You are afraid that if you put your energy... I'm hearing put all your eggs in one basket. If you put all your eggs in one basket, there's this energy of frustration of things not transforming in the direction that you want them to. Now, upside down pentacle pentagram, my bad, this can indicate a lot of things. Pentagram indicates protection when it's upright. It indicates the human body. It's the Vitruvian man. It is the Metatron's cube. It is the platonic solids. It is triangles are my favorite shape. Alt J, gotta love it. 3 points where 2 lines meet. Exactly. So this indicates that you want to take some confusion out of your life, but this is upside down. You are so afraid of putting your energy towards this one cup and it turning complicated. I'm hearing complicated by Avril Lavigne in my head now. Oh my gosh, emo. Yeah, I don't know. But this Mars in Scorpio, it's very interesting because Mars can be like frustration. It can be anger. It can be like kinky, weird, just fire energy, right? And Scorpio is very much the same. They say Scorpio can be ruled by Mars, but traditionally it is ruled by Pluto. Now, this indicates transformation, getting to the depths of things, and Scorpio, it just like, it releases things. Like, it gets to the depths. It, like, this can either make you really angry and frustrated and create more drama and just, or Scorpio can indicate transformation and releasing and getting to the depths of things, bringing unconscious energy to light. And Mars also is passion, it's beauty, it's creativity, it's expression. So you know that things can go one way or another, and this is where you're stuck in your head. But 5 of Cups, you're feeling called towards not challenge and change 5, but romance and play and inner child healing 5. So you feel like there's a positive change on the horizon here if you follow your emotions, but you're afraid of losing the instant gratification type of pleasure that you have been using to fill this void. But now you're aware that there's a void here, you can't exactly go back. And if you see, there are so many intertwining factors here that when it comes back down to the root of the problem, you are able to see the abundance that lies ahead. You are opening up your intuition to see what's going on. You could be connecting with spirits. That's coming up. I don't know why that's been coming up so much lately. And chrysanthemums also are like death and rebirth, which can also indicate that there's spirit communication going on here too. I'm feeling like you are very guided and watched and loved by somebody who is not here. Okay. Clarifying that, you also have the Hierophant, which is number 5, which is Aries, right? Putting yourself first. But it's also intuitive knowledge. Taurus here. We have knowing that what is meant for you will be. You are manifesting all that you want. Elephants could be significant. Also bulls could be significant. Yeah, there's an energy of, this almost looks like a south node. There's this energy of, well, you know what you're good at and you know where you're going. So do you want to use them together, or do you want to sink into the energy where you're comfortable? Now, Hierophant has one of these has the strongest masculine intuition in the deck, only matched by the High Priestess. He is the Magus of eternal gods. You're finding out how truly infinite you are, your energy is, your soul is, and pentagrams keep coming up too. So this is a symbol of protection. I'm really feeling like Wicca, like witchcraft, like some kind of like physical, tangible spells going on too. But it's like there's physical spells versus like trust in the divine, right? So you have the Trinity knot here, which indicates the well, if we take this from like a Christianity perspective, there's the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, which can also be also like the Maiden, Witch, and Crone, which could be significant. So we have these energies of there is source, right? And then there is the manifestation of source, and then there is the consciousness that flows through everything. That's what this is. And this creates the physical realm, which are the 2 more points where the 3 lines meet, which create the pentagram, right? You see where I'm going with this? So you're starting to really see the way that everything is connected, and from 5 goes to 6, right? But notice everything's not entirely completely connected yet. So you're still working on putting those last few dots together, but you're allowing your intuition to guide you because you know that you're being guided. That's what's cracking open here, is you're realizing that you're being guided. And so while you're kind of minutely afraid of losing your options, you're really not, because these weren't options that you considered actual options in the first place. That's exactly why you put them in your path. Now, clarifying the Sun, you have the 10 of Pentacles, oh my goodness, which is abundance, happiness, fulfillment, and this one says Lord of Wealth. So with Mercury in Virgo here, you want to communicate, but you want to communicate perfectly. You want everything to go exactly the way you want it to go. But as you're releasing this energy of control, you're falling into flow, and that's actually bringing you more practical answers, more practical options. You're starting to actually think more clearly. You're starting to actually understand things more. You're starting to learn more because you're opening yourself up to the fact that just what you can muster up in your brain is not the only thing that exists. And our minds are definitely a very important tool. You know, we need to be practical. We need to rationalize and be grounded and everything, but that's what that is, right? We can ground. We can also float like out in the ether, you know? And so we want to collect all of these energies together and create something beautiful. Now 5 is coming back up, the throat chakra, right? So there's an energy, again, especially with all these swords that are coming out, of just needing to communicate what it is that you're experiencing. This could have to do with like spiritual connection, with connection to the divine. This could have to do with opening up your intuition, or just talking about your past. Ooh, as soon as I heard, oh my gosh, touched this and said talking about your past, I felt, but I don't want to go there. And I heard, but I don't want to dump my problems or trauma on them. So whatever this is, you're afraid of instability. You're afraid of being seen for your past instead of the present energy and the future energy that you are wanting to accept into your life. Now, okay. This is where your mind creates your reality. Let me explain. If you see yourself as your past, you will put off the energy that you are your past. If you see yourself as someone who has grown through their past, released their past, and is future-oriented, you will come off as a future-oriented person who is grounded in their present moment, and your past becomes irrelevant. Now, it makes you who you are, and is part of the ego, the sense of self that we are. But as you detach from that, you can be whoever and whatever you want to be, literally at any given moment. You never need to put yourself in a box. And you're realizing that by you broke out of someone else's box in order to put yourself in a different box. And this is where the Sri Yantra is kind of coming to my mind. This is where this is a journey, like forever. Like, you are on a journey. Like, there is not an end destination here, which is why trust the timing. There is no time element here at all whatsoever. This is all vibrational. Everything is going on in an intuitive level, on an emotional level. And that's why you really, really want to ground this energy and communicate it. And you want to take a step in this direction. And there are so many physical obstacles that are here because all of that is an illusion. Because these physical things, if you see where they connect to you energetically, you either don't like it or they no longer resonate. So you're noticing that your fulfillment is in there. You just found it. You're having an interesting time trying to... Oh, I'm seeing these as poker chips now. I'm hearing take a gamble also, and this kind of looks like a Kabbalah to me. I'm hearing like journeying, like star traveling, which is another symbol of the Kabbalah. BTW, have you seen Stargate? Because it's awesome. Anyway, so there's an energy of wanting to take a gamble, but not on anything or anyone other than yourself and your fulfillment, because you know now, because in the future energy, you know unmistakably that there's something out there that is watching over you. You know unmistakably that what is meant for you cannot avoid you. You can put it off. You can draw it in sooner. But nevertheless, what's meant for you will show up, and nothing is set in stone. You can create whatever you'd like. You can change your mind. You can move forward. You can stay exactly where you are. And you're learning and you're growing. There is never any rush. Do not rush your healing. That is like a beautiful Trevor Hall song. It's called You Can't Rush Your Healing. I recommend you check it out. A lot of music coming up in today's spread. 10 of Pentacles. 10 also indicates really hard work, wish fulfillment, completion of a cycle, particularly karma, and just putting your hard work in. Now, Saturn is like the strict teacher. It does rule karma, but once you learn these lessons, if you give Saturn how do I say this? Like, if you pass the test, essentially, then Saturn's blessings are the strongest of any planet. You are going to be so happy, so fulfilled, so blessed, so grateful. It's like you're going to literally timeline jump, and you're going to open up your eyes and be like, what in the world? Where am I? Who am I? What is going on here? And you're going to be happy about it. You will be so fulfilled. There's something else I wanted to talk about, but it's kind of not coming to me, so I'm just going to pull your advice. This beautiful deck was sent to me by this beautiful soul named Natalie, called the Music and She Oracle. I absolutely love it, and it's actually super relevant because a lot of music has been coming out in your reading group one. I was using this for all the piles, but, you know, hey, if it flows, then it grows and it shows. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. I can pull from the bottom. Okay, we have Erika Badu. I do not know who she is at all, so please drop in the comments some fun facts about her. We have the Sage. Now, the Sage is a teacher, but I'm really feeling like Sage, like I'm smelling white sage right now, like California white sage. 15, you are cleansing your heart space and your throat chakra. You're cleansing the way that you communicate yourself so that it can be more authentic towards yourself. Now, also, I'm noticing that her hair is wrapped and she's wearing gold. So, first of all, she knows that she's a queen. She knows she's a diamond in the rough. And she will be treated that way. Period. Also, since her hair is wrapped, it indicates, it's kind of this Four of Pentacles energy. As you have your hair, like, up, you keep your energy closer to yourself. And if it's on top of your head, all of your energy, like, as we grow, right, our hair grows with us. So it holds literally the DNA, the cells, the strand of all of our path in it until we cut our head. That's why when you detach, you shave your head, you know, if you're like doing monk stuff or whatever. Also, when you wrap your hair, or like braid your hair, put it up in a tight bun, or just whatever, put it up like that, it can help you strengthen your intuition. Also, if your hair is down, it can allow your aura to be a little bit larger. You're sharing your energy a little more. It's like interweaving with more peoples. It's a little bit more flowing, right? So like I wanted to connect with my intuition for this reading a little bit strongly, so I braided my hair and it's a little bit extra tight around my pineal gland. Now, if I wanted to like really express and like put my energy into this, then I would have had my hair down and just like flowing everywhere, because then it would be more open and receptive. But she has like this gaze of a hawk and beautiful green eyes. So it's kind of saying that she sees through the perspective of love, and she speaks through unconditional love and divine guidance. Everything is gold, and there's a green background here. So this is saying that she's not playing, but she doesn't compromise for anything other than like top tier love and respect. Yes, which is the energy that you're stepping into, and that is your advice here. Set your standards so high that you know that you're worthy of every single thing that comes in. And don't be surprised when amazing things start coming into your life, because this is the energy that you've been putting yourself in anyway. And as you put yourself in this energy, you're starting to see things that no longer resonate with you, or random things falling off. Okay. And your other piece of advice is Lady Gaga, the Alter Ego 25. Okay, so don't be afraid to let your true self shine. There are aspects of yourself that intuitively you know who you are. You know what you want, you know how you feel about things, but maybe there's a change in the way that other people might see you, or a change in the way that you might see you. Her eyelashes are like gorgeous. I'm kind of seeing the Eye of Horus as I'm looking at her eyes, so that could be significant. Oh, I'm letting you know that if you're dabbling in spiritual things or craft or something, I'm hearing make sure you protect your energy, but you are externally protected a lot. I'm hearing that there are physical people who practice some kind of craft or practice or something that are keeping you in mind in a protective and loving way. And also there are angel spirits and guides and ancestors all times around you that are helping you stay protected. But if you're dabbling right now, and maybe it's new or it's fresh, or you're going into a new area of spiritual ether travel, whatever, know particularly right now you are protected. You are very strong. You are very protected. Your energy cannot be tampered with. I'm seeing the butterflies kind of on her neck. So you are transforming the way that you're communicating. And her hair is like blue. So it's like you could be really used to expressing a lot, but you're not used to expressing your heart. You're used to expressing your stability. Something for work, material gain, some kind of material matters, essentially. And I keep seeing this Four of Pentacles. So you are cleansing out all these energies that don't just make you authentically happy. We have 1525, which indicates that as you put yourself first, you are changing 5 is Leo, and it's changes and challenges, and it's also fun, and it's romance, and it's putting yourself first. So you are putting yourself first, and you're realizing that you deserve to have more fun and play in your life, and you deserve to have some romance. You deserve to like get out there and be yourself authentically. And then 25, you're actually realizing that the more that you do this, the more successful you will be. 2 is Taurus, and it likes nice things, right? It likes food, it likes loyalty, right? And it moves from a heart center. Taurus is show up correct or don't show up at all, because Taurus will just like cut you off like this. And 5, oh, okay, so that's the challenging 5 there. You feel bad about, you don't want to upset anybody else. You don't want to cut people out. Well, you do, but you are worried about what other people think about you. But that's exactly, okay. If you're worried about what other people think about you and you think that you're changing, then they're exactly right, because you deserve the highest, you deserve the best. And if people are not matching your energy, they do not treat you the way that you respectfully tell them you want to be treated, then bye-bye. Because honestly, you deserve nothing but the best. You're absolutely perfect. You're absolutely beautiful. Also, your eyebrows are on fleek. And you're listening to your intuition, and you're listening to what people are saying to you at this point in time, and it's actually really showing you a lot more about them than it is about yourself right now. And as you're getting to actually get to know the people that are around you, that have surrounded you longer right now, you're actually realizing that, one, you don't really know them, and you don't really resonate with them either. You don't even really want them around you. So and I'm kind of feeling that 5, it's driving me back to the 5 of Cups, Lord of Loss of Pleasure. You don't want anybody to feel Mars, okay, there's some kind of like sexual or like sensual like thing coming up here. I don't know what this is, but don't be afraid to make changes in your life. Sometimes it can be challenging to cut people off, but you got to put yourself first, man. Like, girl, lady, them, I don't know who you are, but everybody who's listening, like, it's really important that you stand in your own authenticity all day, every day, unashamed, unafraid, and anything or anyone. Now, you're connecting to the divine, right? Anything or anyone that does not match your dream version of yourself, they're an illusion anyway, right? So as you open up yourself to what it is that you want and what you deserve, and you match this energy, you're going to see things flow out and flow into your life. And then this energy will ground, and you will start to see a new timeline, a new reality ground and grow. And you've already done this for yourself forcibly before because you needed to, but it came from a place of solar plexus, from defining who you were. But now it's working its way back up through your heart, through your communication, and you're getting like so many messages channeled from the divine right now, and your intuition is opening up. So don't be afraid to go after what it is that you want. Don't be afraid to trust your intuition. Don't be afraid to continue dabbling, and don't be afraid what other people think either, because honestly, they don't matter at all whatsoever. Only you do. And I'm seeing 37. 37, that is a really strong number. You are definitely being guided to create something new, and this requires you to speak in your truth, stand in your truth, clear your mind. And as you clear your mind, you obviously get more clarity. And as your mind is clear, that opens up space in your pineal gland for your intuition to come through. As your intuition comes through, you're going to detach from the things that you thought were important, and you will open up yourself to the divine. Now, detachment can seem difficult, especially when it's blocked by our sense of self, our ego, our sense of self-worth. But your self-worth was never determined by anything in the physical realm anyway, or anything that you ever said, or anything that you ever did, anything you ever accomplished. Success only means what you want it to mean, first of all. And second of all, as you take this hat off your head and you open up to something larger than you, you're going to continue to see how great and vast and amazing you really are. And you're going to continue to see so many blessings fall into your life. Don't worry about overthinking. Don't worry about over-rationalizing. Let go and let God. It doesn't matter whether or not you believe in God, or you believe in Source, or you believe in Krishna, or you believe in Buddha, or whatever it is that you believe in. It does not matter at all whatsoever. However, the truth of the matter, the fact, the satya here, is that there is something out there that is greater than you. The cosmos do exist. Cosmology is a fact. We only exist for a blip in time, and we are particles of conscious energy, which in and of itself is a miracle. That being said, none of this physical crap around you matters at all whatsoever. So, don't be afraid to create the reality that you'd like, because we only live on this planet for like a blip. And you know what you are and what resonates with you so much that that it's unavoidable at this point, and that's exactly why you're being brought to this point in your path. So your advice is to do some cleansing rituals. Try to cleanse your energy, cleanse your energy of other people's energy, and see what's left. Dive into yourself. Don't be afraid to take a look at that inner child healing. Don't be afraid to make some changes in your life. I'm seeing 555. You're definitely creating changes in your life, and these are going to bring you nothing but happiness and fulfillment and abundance, physical abundance. Lots and lots and lots of money is what I'm seeing here. You're going to decide to take a gamble, and it's going to pay off tenfold because you invested in yourself, and that is the best investment to make in the entire world. This is a super long reading, group 1, so I really hope that this brought you some light and clarity on your situation. I love you endlessly all day, every day, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in all of the realms that you're currently experiencing. Namaste. Hi there, group 2. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. If you selected the second group, then you chose this beautiful carnelian crystal and the Child of the Cosmos card. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. This is a great place to start. I think that you're awakening to the ether in some way, shape, or form. You're using your knowledge of the cosmos, of the universe, to create. And it's like you're taking your grounded energy and you're ascending it, and you're taking your ethereal energy and you're grounding it. This is really beautiful. Now, carnelian. Carnelian is a beautiful stone. This is very protective. It helps balance out your energy levels. It sparks creativity and also sexuality. So this is a great crystal to have like on your desk while you're working. I personally do that. It's great to have around you while you're practicing physical exercise. It can help you feel more confident in yourself, but in your creativity, particularly since this is a sacral stone. And also, it does help with your sexuality too. So if you are, for example, questioning your sexuality, or you want to get a little more comfortable, grounded with your sensuality, sexuality, feelings of pleasure, this is just great for regulating your energy altogether, your energy levels. Now, our life source center, our prana center, our gold star chakra, is located between the sacral and solar plexus chakras. So carnelian can actually help you to tune into the energy of your stem cells from your reproductive organs, and use this life force energy in order to not only regulate your energy, but give you a nice boost of energy that is pure, powerful, and raw. So this is a really beautiful stone. Beautiful, beautiful. So, Child of the Cosmos, let's see what you're exploring over here, because there's definitely an energy of understanding to create and creating to understand. So I'm really excited to get into this reading. I feel called today to pull kind of some past, present, future energy in my spread. So I'll be doing that, and then we'll be doing clarification and advice. So this is the Starseed Oracle deck today. I'm also going to be using the Tattoo Tarot, the Hermetic Tarot, and then this beautiful deck I got from a creator called the Music and She Oracle. Natalie is so sweet. It came with a little postcard. I just love it. I'm obsessed. Whoa. Hello, Six of Cups trying to come out. Okay, I'm hearing take it. Sorry, that was that was the pause. Let me create some more room because today's spread is a little bit wider than usual. So in the past energy, you have, I'm hearing pull from the bottom, Colleen. Okay, interesting. You have the Six of Cups. There are, in fact, I'm feeling called to pull from the bottom first of all, and then we have 6 and then 3. Before I even look at these cards, this is letting me know that there are feelings or there's something that's going on that is beneath the surface. It is unknown. It is currently hidden, or this is all about seeing the bigger picture. Now 6 down to 3, when it comes to alchemy, 3 is the past, 6 is the present, and 9 is the future. Now these numbers also represent a myriad of other things. Oh hey, Masonic symbols, what's up? But there's an energy of going back into the past, reflecting. Now this did come out in your past energy, and 6 of Cups does indicate somebody who's thinking about the past. So there's something that set your heart on fire, literally, and helped you feel connected to the cosmos, helped you feel connected to the divine, your place in the universe. If you do resonate with the term starseed, or you feel a little bit like unique in any way, shape, or form, or maybe you have a very interesting belief system, or culture, or religion, or spiritual beliefs, or something like this. There's something that is very, very interesting and unique about you that you find this deep resonance with, and it helps you find your place in the cosmos. Now you're thinking about the situation, person, place, or thing, whatever this is, insert noun. You've been thinking about it for a while. And in the past, there was this celebratory energy of you thought everything was going to work out. You thought that there was no way you could possibly lose. You thought this was absolutely protected. And I'm seeing here this energy of two sides of the same coin that is created, but also protected. You want to ground this energy into the physical realm. This is past energy. And you thought that there was no way this could go wrong. But there's an energy of, while this was going on, something from your past that is external to this situation was still on your mind. Interesting. And I noticed these 3 stars are not equally balanced here. So there's definitely more energy going towards this flipping on its head than it ascending, which is also very interesting. So you got Judgment and the High Priestess. In the present moment, the scales are balancing out. You are receiving a lot of intuitive messages right now about this particular situation. What's going on here is you've been angelically guided in some way, shape, or form here. Now, the Judgment card indicates Archangel Gabriel with his trumpet, blowing his trumpet to make music in order to set a decree or send a message. Now, everybody is, gimme, but there's one energy here that's like, ooh, you are hitting me in the soul. And that's exactly what's going on here. In the present moment, you are feeling a really deep resonance towards this situation in the past, and it's because it helped you connect with the cosmos and also your creativity. There's like a restructuring of the energy in the situation in some way, shape, or form that's coming back around. And I'm hearing just like a circle, I go back where I'm from. So it goes by Mac Miller. Circles, Mac Miller, that whole album could be relevant for you. There could be messages in literally the song Circles by Mac for you in this situation. Now we have 20 and 2. 22 could be significant. February 2nd could be significant. Also, we have 202, which indicates mirroring both energies, wanting to ground something, but maybe also being intertwined in a different situation. But either way, wanting to clear the karma that is here. And this can be positive karma, this can be negative karma. It doesn't have to be karma at all. There's just some energy that is being dissipated and cleansed in the center of the situation. Now, 20 indicates 10-10. So there's definitely mirroring energy going on here, and this does indicate the binary in some way, shape, or form. 1010 2222, right? So this indicates and 6-3, 3 is 2 by 6. So yeah, whatever happened in the past, you really want to ground it into the future, but you're realizing that there's a lot more to learn, but you want to create something here. There's a 0 in the middle, and that indicates that you want to create something. Now, you are being called to re-explore your emotions and your intuition when it comes to the situation, because you've been very wrapped up in physical matters lately. Whenever this energy comes calling towards you, you go running right towards it, which is likely because it's all pretty and angelic and connects you with the cosmos, but you're being called to reassess the reason why you're feeling called towards a situation. You're being drawn to learn more, maybe physically read or listen to other people's similar situations so that you can resonate with what's going on and see it from an external perspective from yourself. The High Priestess indicates divine feminine energy. It also indicates the counterpart of the Hierophant, which can be these are the most intuitive energies of the deck. High Priestess is obviously feminine. I'm seeing Tess, so that could be significant, that name. Double S's, double letters, and high. Maybe like you'll be smoking weed or something. But there's like her, okay, this is interesting. So her left foot is crossed over her right. She's in an energy of being grounded, but also receiving. She's focused on all of her energy that is in her feminine energy here. So her throat, her pineal gland, and her divine, or her crown chakra. So she, wow, I almost like divine gateway girl. Oh my gosh. So, this energy is, very feminine. It's very elevated, right? And this woman wears her heart on her sleeve, but also has a spiritual focus. Like everything is thine will to my will. Everything is divine surrender. But when it comes down to her masculine energies here, notice that her hand is actually covering her solar plexus, but it's starting to pop out a little bit. She's starting to feel a little more confident in herself. The sacral chakra, she has her hand in her book totally covering it, and her root chakra down here, she's got her legs crossed. So she's probably working on finding grounding, stability. But in this current situation, you are feeling like you are magnetizing what's meant towards you. So you're realizing that this is coming back up because you are doing some energy work, or you are at a place in your life where you're ready for things to come back around, draw in circles, coming back around so that you can re-explore this energy and see the way that you do really feel about it. She's wrapped in like this kind of, no, this color is really interesting. It's kind of like a murky, like greeny blue that kind of indicates that there's a lot of love here, but definitely muted conversation, communication. And this is like a waxing crescent moon. So, and it's purple. It's like divine. So there's definitely, this energy is picking up. It's becoming more and more. There's definitely energy here of should've, would've, could've in some way, shape, or form. This heart here, it's like smoking. Usually when your heart is on fire, it means you feel really passionate and beautiful about something, but the foundation here was faulty for some reason. Also, there were some external forces. 3 of coins indicates some external forces, third party energy in some way, shape, or form. This can be a person, it can be a job, it can be friends, family, it could just be a negative thought pattern. Whatever this is, there are some kind of external forces and unhealthy patterns that led to the ultimate destruction of this relationship or situation or job or whatever this is. Now, you cannot deny that connecting towards this energy helped you feel connected to the divine in some way, shape, or form, to the cosmos, to the source of the spark of your being. Now that this is coming back around, and you have learned so much, you have erased a lot of this energy, you've released attachment, you're re-exploring the reason why this is coming back around, but it's just started. Like your toe has just been dipped into the situation, just a smidge. I'm hearing you ain't seen nothing yet in my mind, so it could be that this energy is definitely gaining momentum in some way, shape, or form. It's very interesting, but for some reason it's coming back around, and it's almost seemingly irrelevant at this point, but clearly it's not. So you're trying to use your intuition to see what's going on. You look at your physical realm around you, and yes, there's this feeling of loyalty, but there's this feeling of I'm hearing you got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. I don't know why Snoop's been popping through these readings so much lately, but anyway. Oh, also weed. Okay, so weed could be significant. Literally, like, just that kind of, like, I don't know, like OG kind of, like, I'm gonna say it like Dre, Eminem, like Snoop Dogg, like I'm also hearing y'all MFers act like you forgot about Dre. Everyone want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move in the lips. You'll act like you forgot about the situation. So, okay, this is really interesting. This energy that's coming up, it's very lighthearted, it's very goofy. I feel like there's a lot of sadness that you had to deal with in the situation, and I think that's why the spirit is coming through to bring a lighthearted, goofy energy here, because there's almost like this energy of, do you remember where the resonance was? Because it's not just about the connection to the divine. It's not just about trying to figure everything out. I keep hearing like Wu-Tang Clan and like Tribe Called Quest and like Snoop Dogg and like Dre, like in my head. Like, what is going on? So, oh my gosh. So there's definitely this energy of like a little bit of like lighthearted thuggery going on, and I feel like that might explain the energy that this situation manifested in some way, shape, or form. It's like maybe this person supplied you with the cosmos, but you're like, never get high on your own supply. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna pull your future energies here. So we have the Queen of Wands and we have the Ace of Wands. Oh, okay, so there is definitely energy increasing in the situation, and you're picking up on it intuitively. You're being called to release. You're being called to make the decision whether or not to make space for this to come in again, but from a different energy. The energy that with this carnelian and all of this Wands energy in the future, this is your fair warning right now, group 2. This energy is coming back in. It's coming back in full speed ahead, and it wants to ground this energy. It feels confident. It feels sexual. It feels creative. It feels passionate. It feels like, let's go. Like right now, let's connect to the divine. Let's do our thing. Let's be creative. Let's get jiggy with it. I'm so sorry. I can't with these like songs that are coming through with your pile. It's making me smile so much. Okay. But her eyes are like kind of not, they're not seeing the full picture. it's almost like, is this an impulsive action or is it divinely guided? I'm having a difficult time interpreting whether or not this is like a temptation, because wands can indicate like sensuality, sexuality, and pleasure, but it's also balancing of energy. And I was getting a lot of like, so pain, now you're like surrendering, go with the flow, but in the future, it's like full speed ahead, hello, with all these roses, and this sun is red, which is really interesting because it's like wanting to use physical stability and abundance. Okay. This energy could be magnetizing towards you because they see that you are in a very stable position. Now, this energy makes you feel called to the divine, and the energy that's coming out in the future is, yes, creative and sensual, but extremely grounded. So there's this another aspect of polarity, balancing dualistic energies here. This like light and dark, also this grounded and ethereal dichotomy going on. So there's a lot of fire energy, a lot of passion. I'm hearing careful not to get burned when this comes back around. Make sure that you stay grounded in your energy because, so fire, right, in order to like put out a fire, and we don't want to like really put it out all the way, you know, you just want to like mute it, keep it nice and balanced with the other elements. You need to use water, which is emotions and intuition, but I can see here that that's been like, whoo, what you've been dealing with a lot. So your advice for this in the future when this comes back around is really do your grounding work. This is going to be super important because really the only things that will help you to find grounded clarity in the situation is balancing out your energy and focusing on your work, focusing on your stability, focusing on your practical mindset when it comes to the situation. Now, this is not to say that everything that happens in the past will repeat in the future, but I can't help but notice that these numbers are diminishing, right? So this can indicate that energy is increasing so that you can finish clearing out this karma, or energy is diminishing because things are meant to get like almost get worse before they get better. It's like maybe if there was karma here from like a past life or like an old, like way long ago or something, everything needs to kind of just get out there so that I'm hearing closure, so that you can get closure, you can move on in some way, shape, or form. Now that can be including the situation without the situation, but either way, it's coming back in and it's coming back in strong. Ace of Wands does indicate like this is a phallic card. It is kind of a phallic symbol. So that can indicate that there's a lot of attraction here. And she kind of looks like she's playing a flute, which I just realized right now I probably should not have said directly after I said this is a phallic symbol, but whatever. Flute. I'm seeing like Lizzo in my mind. This could be like a balance out between like giving yourself self-love and creating what it is you want to create for yourself, and then knowing that you can be sensual and strong. And I'm hearing like feeling good as hell. So maybe it's like last time you were in this energy. Okay, last time you were in this like boss, Queen of Wands, High Priestess, Judgment, like last time you were in the celebratory, on top of the world, feeling good, taking care of yourself energy, the situation initially showed up. And now you're starting to realize that whenever you reach this point in your energy cycles, it's coming back up again. So you're being called to examine the root of why this is coming towards you. So there's like this light around this that indicates that there is clarity to be received. There is a message. There's some kind of, I'm hearing divine inspiration. If you're confused about the situation, you will get clarity on it. If you are pressing your intuition, trying to get answers, yes, the answers do lie within you. Yes, I think you already know exactly what's going on here, but I think that you're also, you were letting your emotions and your practical mind get in the way of your intuition in the situation. Now you're being called to use your intuition, but to not force it. Like just let go and see what happens. I'm hearing let go and let God, and everything will go better than you could have imagined. Like I'm hearing that the universe has already taken all the appropriate actions it needs in order for you to receive tangible clarity on this topic. So don't stress out. This energy will be coming in again or soon, and it will be like intense. It will be very, very intense. So I want to take a look at the clarity for you here. We are using the Hermetic Hermetic tarot deck. Ooh, Hermetic. Maybe this is an energy that's really healing towards you, or maybe it's an energy that makes you feel less healed than you're currently feeling. It could be pressing you into your feminine energy, this situation, in some way, shape, or form. Maybe when this situation comes around, there's an energy of like dissolving everything you've built, reassessing your stability. The structure of something you seem to reassess the structure of something whenever this energy comes back around, and that's what you're being called to pay attention to. So, okay. Clarifying the Six of Cups, you have the Hermit. And clarifying the Three of Coins, you have the Five of Cups. Interesting. So in the past energy here, you do have this energy of you were alone. You enjoyed being alone. You were, I'm seeing like a snake charmer here, and this kind of reminds me of like this channel drawing I did a while ago of some dude like standing in front of the pyramids. So Egypt could be significant. Maybe there's, oh, there we go. There could be like some kind of past life connection to Egypt here, or some kind of just past life connection, or spiritual evolution that's going on. No, I literally have a flower like this on my desk right now. Whoa, okay. This is very significant. Do you see the way that these things are unfolding? They have to go one by one, but none of the leaves blossom at the same time as any of the others, or like sprout at the same time as the rest. And then at the very end, they meet in the middle, and the beautiful bulb comes out, the beautiful flower. Now, there's definitely a Kundalini awakening that presented itself in the past. It could be that this did connect you to the divine. It could have connected you to past lives, or just some kind of energy that made you feel powerful and whole in some way, shape, or form. Now, the communication here was on point. There is this feeling of either things resonated exactly or it was manipulated to seem that way. But because there was so much divine intervention here, it almost made you feel free to... Whoa. That was aggressive. Like, you almost feel more comfortable. Like, okay. More comfortable around this energy, or just as comfortable in this energy as you did when you were by yourself. Now, this big old egg here, we cannot ignore this. This has not yet been cracked open. This is why the Hermit is here. Traditionally, he's holding like a light post, like a staff, and this is his beacon of light, like his lantern. He is trying to find enlightenment. He is comfortable alone. He puts the work into what he needs to put his work into, but he spends a lot of his time in meditation. There's even a little like, I don't know, bindi, circle of light, whatever, on his forehead here, indicating that his third eye is the main focus. He has his hand out to receive what's coming from the universe, and it looks like the snake has the potential to bite him, but it's just staring him in the face. Now, in the past, you could have been like, oh, I don't know. Like, kind of wondering what's going on here. But there was definitely, there could be, like, alcohol or some kind of substance involved, because I did get, like, a lot of, like, weedy gin and juice kind of, like, smoke and Indo, like, vibes from the High Priestess. And then also Three of Coins can also be, it's, like, celebration. So this can indicate, like, partying, or, like, not being in the right frame of mind, or allowing your external situations to kind of drive the internal situation a little bit. This is not what you were used to, and so when you dove into this energy and it whatever went down, there was a loss of pleasure. Five of Cups. There was this feeling of crying over spilt milk. You're like, why do I feel so connected to this? Why do I feel so attached? There's literally no tangible, practical reason why this should be upsetting you so much, right? There's a lot of frustration that came along here, but this was in order to push you to do some shadow work, which you did, but it was definitely feeling, ooh, I feel like some jaw tension. It was definitely, it like had a grip on your throat. Like, you opened up, and then this caused you to like almost snap in some way. Interesting. So the Hermit is Virgo, right? So there's this energy of, you know what your day-to-day life looks like. You have your day-to-day life locked down, on point. You could be doing well financially. You feel very stable. You're comfortable where you're at. And like we said, whenever you were in this energy comes around to shake things up. But your intuition is telling you that there's something more to discover here, and you cannot deny the amount of passion that's going on in whichever way this is, whether it be like passion to create something together. That can literally be like sacral energy. That can literally be like doing it, you know, or it can also be like, oh, we really like to make art together, or make music together, or let's go like creating something together, whatever that may be. Because of this passion here, it's like you found it by yourself and then dumped it into this cup because you thought that this was your reward for a job well done. Now, this is in the past. And this brought a lot of challenges, probably pertaining to your sense of self-worth, which then ended up causing some kind of heart blockage or pain. And again, I was feeling that tension in my jaw, so it could have been that maybe you weren't really sharing your whole truth in the situation, or you didn't really tell other people that the situation was going on in the first place. This was very much something that you dealt with alone because it connected you to the divine, and that in itself is a very intimate experience. To clarify the judgment, ooh, you have the Star, I see you, and the Four of Wands. To clarify the High Priestess, oh, you want this to come back in. This situation came back in some way, shape, or form. If it didn't already, it's about to, and it's going to come with positive karma for you this time. When it comes back around, if there's an apology that's owed to you, it will be. If there is, if you've been creating something, it's been seen and appreciated, and it's allowed clarity in some way, shape, or form. You finding your own clarity, regardless of the situation, gave the situation clarity about you. And now they would like to come in order to provide the rest of this tangible clarity for you. Your intuition's been picking this up, and you know that this is divinely guided in some way, shape, or form. I'm hearing watch out. I don't know why I'm hearing watch out. All of these buckets of water are like getting drawn or like dumped out into this river. So there's going to definitely be some kind of emotional cracking open, or at least there is right now. This reminds me of Aquarius. Well, the Star is the Aquarius card. This indicates that there is, well, first of all, Aquarius is the waterbender, but waterbender, oh my gosh, the water bearer, but it's also the energy of humanitarianism, being unique, leaning into your individuality. It's ruled by Uranus, but it can also be, how do I say this? Like putting the group ahead of the individual, right? Which can be great, but not when you're dealing with yourself and you're diving into the cosmos and then you're like realizing that our minds manifest our own reality and that we're only here to deal with what's in front of our face, right? So the situation is not taken in front of your face because you're putting too much weight into it. Putting the whole instead of the part, or leading too much by your emotions than by your intuitive guidance. This bird here that's looking away, and then there's the origami bird. It's like this came around and refused to acknowledge all of the emotion that was going on, the situation, whatever. There's some kind of emotional, like, emotions in some way, shape, or form that were ignored. But you kept seeing the situation through different people, places, and things. So, like, it could be that you were seeing a lot of signs, a lot of symbols, synchronicities. It could be that you were meeting people with similar faces or similar backgrounds, similar interests, things that kept leading you full circle. And this was in order to show you something about yourself, about the way that you prioritize other people versus yourself, particularly when emotions and passion get involved. Now, the Four of Wands, Lord of Perfected Work, indicates Venus and Aries energy. This indicates that there is celebration ahead, or in the current moment, since it's clarifying the High Priestess, and it could be that you are picking up on the change of energy in the situation. Now the tables have turned, I'm hearing, and the passion and communication is coming towards you because it's your positive karma for putting the work in and learning all your lessons. Now you are back in this, ooh, my ear's ringing. Ooh, okay, there's a message coming. There's definitely, absolutely, some kind of message that's coming in the present moment, and it's going to spark this fire on this wand. It's like it's going to burn some preconceived notions that you had about what this was, what this meant. Some kind of narrative that you told yourself is about to be completely burned to ground, with the option to rebirth in the future. Your intuition is picking up on something. that is going on here. And these two swans, this is so interesting because usually swans are like love and like they make a little heart with their necks and they're all like cute and sweet, but these are like intense AF. Like look at these guys, like they almost look like they're like decapitated a little bit, or like their necks are stretched. Like there is so much that left unsaid here. But it's almost like, do you even want to know? It's like there's like a spark literally like under their butt, literally. So this situation is coming towards you in order to try to find that stability and clarity that you once provided. Now you are learning to put yourself first. You have learned to put yourself first. But your intuition continues to tell you that this is being brought to you in some kind of divine manner. You know that, the daughter of firmament, that this situation could, if this situation comes back around, you know that there is potential for this to get worked out, for this to stay in your life long term. However, you are very unsure about it because you have learned through Venus, your morals, your experience through this entire situation in the first place has caused you to reassess your morals, your values, and where you prioritize yourself in comparison to where you prioritize others. Ooh, there's a Kabbalah. We like that. So, this is very black and white, literally. So on this Kabbalah, usually if you see these circles like this, it can indicate like alchemy, and usually each one is a different color to represent 4 of the elements. Now, these are only black and white, which let me know that there are some things that were left unseen or left unacknowledged, and that is why the situation is coming back around. It's like astrology and replicas of the situation were meant to dump out some of these emotions here, but there's still a lot that the divine has to show you through the situation, and they're going to bring some positive emotions this time. When the situation comes back around, if it has already or it's about to, something about the moon placements are going to shed light onto what's going on here. So if you follow astrology, the current transits, you do, you don't, whatever, take a look at that because it is very, very significant, especially in this situation. The star, this is number 17, Aquarius is 11. That indicates that there is definitely divine intervention going on in the situation to help you. And then 1 versus 7, that dichotomy, the Aries versus Libra, right? Is this about you, or is this about your relationships, or is this about how you prioritize yourself in your relationships, or vice versa? Not putting too much weight in any one thing that is not yourself, because there are several different areas of life which all need to be balanced. Everything is not just black and white. There are so many colors, so many dimensions, so many layers of what's going on here that the more that you try to press for information, that's why the more that you try to press for information, the more confused you get. Even though you know that you're receiving the correct answers, but they're not all clicking yet. And you might be literally like, well, yeah, because I do know what's going on. And there are external situations that are consciously trying to throw you off a little bit from your clarity here. Now, Lord of Perfected Work. I want to take a look at this phrase for a minute here because this indicates that there is stability, but also a little bit of stuckness. It's like this feeling, you feel like you have perfected where you're at in your life. You've done a lot of work on your energy. You've done a lot of work on yourself regarding the situation and external to the situation. Let's see. 4 can indicate a feeling of maybe being stuck a little bit. Feeling like, what for is what I'm hearing. Okay, that was the message. What for? You want to like pour out your emotions in the situation, but it's like you almost don't even want to. You want to go full in or full out, and that can be the balance here. Like the star Aquarius, this whole energy is about the part versus the whole versus the part, and this is in order to help you find your actual place in the universe. It could be that this situation led you towards focusing more on yourself, while on the other side, you led the situation towards connecting with the ether, with the divine, with the whole, while you were focused on the part, because you both had that to share with one another. Now you're at this point of this merging point of karmic clearing and cleansing of energies, where there's this deep-seated healing that has come that will bring success in any way, shape, or form that you would like that to be. But maybe you're not. Maybe the definition of what that is changing. And you're realizing I saw 3333 on the recording time. Okay, hello, Master of Alchemy, stepping into the future. And it starts in the present moment. You are the only one that can ultimately decide what you want to do with your life. There is no wrong or right answer. And if your intuition is telling you certain things are being guided towards you, but at the same time, you are feeling confused, not about maybe about what you feel or what to say or whatever this is, but ultimately, this is about you realizing that you are a co-creator. You are just as much the whole as you are the part. You have just as much say as to whether this situation is in your life because you first and because boundaries, as you don't because you're external to them. But as you realize that you focus on yourself, then this will come back around because this is the whole. When you focus too much on the part, the whole will come back around. And when you focus too much on the whole, you need to focus on the part. So that's definitely at least an aspect of what it is that you're learning on a higher level here. And that's why this carnelian is coming out too. It's indicating that there's a balance, a rebalancing of energy in the situation that's coming back around. And this needed to happen no matter what. You can accept this energy into your life. You can tell it to F off, whatever. We're singing Eminem here, so I'll say it. But either way, there's this feeling of being better off for it. Because this came into your life, you found your creativity again. Because this came into your life, you realized what it felt like to experience pleasure again. There's some kind of gratitude, like deep-seated gratitude that you are finding and exploring within yourself that came from the situation. And this can be manifested in many different ways, like these wands cards are showing. So, I'm going to pull these cards for the future for clarity here. To clarify the Queen of Wands, you have the Six of Wands. Holy moly, with the Four of Wands? Whoa, those are both the victory cards. This can indicate like marriage. It can be happy family, blessings coming in the future because you're using your full potential and you're stepping into your power. This can be where astrology is significant too. Check out your ascendant because Aries keeps coming out. Check out your 11th house, your dreams, your deep-rooted desires, but then also check out your North Node because this will indicate what you're meant to grow into. Our South Node is like energies we're super inclined towards and likely we're very deep-seated in during our childhood. Now, our North Node is what we are here to like grow into and learn, and these are our biggest tools. Like these are our biggest skills throughout life, and we're meant to balance these two energies out. So go ahead and take a look at, please, your ascendant. Your ascendant, which is your first house, your 11th house, and then also your North Node placement in your chart. And also the transits. Like check the moon, like the days that the moon will be transiting through the signs, because I think that this can be very helpful for you to notice when the energy is increasing, decreasing, and then what focus the moon is bringing towards which area of life. That way you're not experiencing an emotional roller coaster, especially if this comes in the future with all this freaking Wands energy. Holy moly. Kamawaka. Here you have the Ten of Wands. Ooh, Lord of Oppression. Clarifying the Ace of Wands. If this is not something that you want in your life, if there is karma, okay. This energy is coming back around so that you can neutralize your karma, so that you can be on good terms, so that you can realize what it is that you really want and value and desire. Now, there is a possibility of this hurting you in the future. There is a possibility of just everything fumbling because there's so much fire energy here. There is so much passion and creativity. That's why, so that's why this started out with water, with emotions, with intuition. That's why you ended up feeling like maybe substances or alcohol were helping, like present in the situation. This was divinely guided so that you were not being led just by this passion, just by this like sensual, sexual, creative, passionate, sacral energy. But when this comes back around, it will show you the fullness of the passion that is truly here. What you decide to do with that is your own. But make sure that you don't get so swept away by the passion that's here, that you forget everything you've been through, everything you've worked towards, and that you don't forget to balance the part in the whole. Yeah, I really would suggest carrying some carnelian with you, particularly when you're dealing with this situation, or when this comes around, or when it pops up in your mind, anything like that, because it will help you regulate your energy. I'm hearing like regulate your menstrual cycle too. So if you have lady parts and you are experiencing like dysregulation in that aspect, carnelian will help you out with that. And then also notice, interestingly enough, notice if the situation brings dysregulation to your cycle. Also check the moon, see what regularly happens for you, and then see what's a little bit off. This can also very precisely give you some insight into what's going on in your emotional body. I'm feeling very called to tell you to drink more water and speak your truth a little more fearlessly. Drink some water so that it helps you put out this fire a little bit and come back to center. Reassess your emotions, because where you're at right now is in a really great place. You have everything that you could ever ask for. You have blessings coming in like crazy. You are super intuitive, and you're on top of things right now. You're everything you ever wanted to be, and you are still growing. But because you're stepping into this creative, passionate energy, the situation is going to come back around, and it's going to probably take you for a little bit of a ride. So, make sure that you recognize that that's what it is. Treat it like you're about to get on a roller coaster, because you are. And this started off with you being alone. And then it caused you to change things in your life that didn't feel right to you. And you knew this. Now you've healed this, the star. You're finally in this place of doing okay. And so now the situation's coming back around, wanting the healed version of you, when this is what knocked you down in the first place. And this ends, I want to let you know, this energy is ending with an energy of, well, I should have just stayed alone in the first place anyway, because this is the circle. I almost want to like spread this out into a circle and show you that this is the cycle, right? And we did pull 6 cards, which is half of 12. So this is like one side of the energy. There is another half. But they will meet. This was always meant to happen. This was always meant to be in your life. There was no way you could have gone through this incarnation without approaching this energy and needing to go through this cycle. This was entirely karmic and had nothing to do with this life. That's likely why this energy was coming around, and it connected you so strongly with your roots, with the divine. There's just something about it. But that draw, where does it come from? That's what you need to find, right? When there's so much fire, what do you do with fire? You douse it in water. Check your emotions. Drink some water. Cleanse your energy. Follow your intuition, right? Do not just overthink. Do not overthink, because air plus fire makes a bigger fire. Don't overthink. Don't stress yourself out. Don't communicate every little thing. Take your time. Take your time. Absolutely. I'm going to pull some advice cards for you. I'm hearing not yet. There's something else. Look at the numbers. You got it, dude. So, I'm hearing look at the numbers again of the first row. We have 6, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Very interesting. 3, 2, 1. That lets me know that you've been on this situation, this person's mind. You've been in the back of their mind. You have not left the back of their mind. 6322. Okay, so this situation tried to replace you when it broke down. This was not possible because, again, there's the part and there's the whole, and there's only one part that is the part that is your part, right? And they were not able to find your fractile perspective to the whole in any other situation, and that's why it's coming back around. That is precisely the reason. I feel called to let you know you don't need to do anybody else's healing for them. And also that people are in charge of their own lives, their own decisions, their own manifestations. Just because there's a spiritual connection does not mean you are obligated to give anybody your energy. Take stock of how you're actually feeling in your heart, not just the way that your passion feels. Definitely spend a little bit of time in your sacral chakra. Spend a little bit of time in your heart chakra. And in your pineal chakra, of course, your intuition. But separate what is intuition from what is anxiety. Separate what is love from what is passion. This will be very, very important to helping you find more clarity when the situation comes back around, which it looks like it already kind of dipped its toe a little bit, like, hey, I'm coming back. So when it comes back around, it will be intense. It will be full speed ahead. It will be, hey, you want to all or nothing it literally right now, snap decision, go. And that's where it's time for you. Take a look at where you're at. Take a look at your day-to-day routine. Is there space to create something new here? If there is this something that you want? Will this be productive for you? Will you feel like you're in a celebratory energy? Will this help you bring positive change into your life, or will it just be play in a detrimental way? Does this situation put you first the way that you've put it first? Are you following your intuition about, is this what you see when you see your future, or is it not what you see when you see your future? Is there passion here that is undeniable, but is that from a spiritual connection, which is Wands energy? Is that from a spiritual connection? And connecting in the spiritual place can be very happy and fulfilling and connective for you. So is that where this energy belongs? Is there something new to be started here, or is it going to just lead you to more hurt? This Ten of Wands coming out is, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit concerning for me with the Ace of Wands. This lets me know that this situation does not have your best intentions at heart, probably not on purpose, because we did get Aquarius energy coming out here, but this situation has their own best interest at heart, and they're focusing on finding that spiritual connection again. Now, there's a spiritual connection between everything and everyone all the time, and if they can only tap into that around you, that is not your problem. Now, because of this, it likely made you feel very special, and it also encouraged you to prioritize yourself. So when this comes back around, you could be feeling like, oh, great, here's an opportunity to focus on myself and what makes me happy. Yes, but you will be doing that. Well, make your own decisions, but this is not sustainable. This is fast and passionate. This is spiritual. This is divinely guided. But I'm hearing be careful if you connect sensually or sexually. There could be like an there could be an unexpected like pregnancy or creating something. Be careful not to hop into something too fast and create something that you didn't mean to create. And that can be literally a kid. That can be an art. That can be quitting your job or whatever this is. There is an energy of slow. You have learned throughout this that slow and steady wins the race, and you always got to put yourself first, because no one else is going to do that for you. You are definitely being called. Spend some time alone thinking about this. Think about the way that this went in the past with this particular situation. Has it really changed? Or is there just some like feeling of vengeance or regret that is connected to it? You have so many blessings in your life that are coming, and you've done so much healing and learned so many lessons. Do you really want to relearn this? Because you don't have to repeat the cycle again. This is like the cleansing of karma. You're finally at a place where you are cleansed, you're stable, you're solid, you have a happy home life, your spirituality is on point, you are loving yourself, and you know who and what you are and who and what you want. Now, you are a very spiritual person. You likely spend a lot of time in meditation, spend a lot of time working, spend a lot of time just trying to be the best version of yourself. So when something comes around that is encouraging you to not be the best version of yourself, that in its very self, there's your big old red flag. Right there. Okay? So keep an eye out for red flags pertaining to the situation. There can be a spiritual connection that doesn't make it meant for you forever all the time with love and light. Spiritual can mean a lot of different things. God can mean a lot of different things. Love can mean a lot of different things. And you've learned all of these lessons. So when it comes back around, remember what you've learned and stay strong in your power. Don't let someone or something else take it from you. Your advice, you have Whitney Houston, bring me a higher love. Oh, yeah, the gift. If you have the strength, like I know you do because you've already been through the hardest part of the situation. If you have the strength to tell this no You will be blessed tenfold. I'm seeing wit. Like, you are so smart. You are beautiful. People are drawn to you because of your compassion, because of your smile, because of your knowledge, because of your love, because you stand in this beautiful light and dark, dualistic, centered, heart-centered energy. You're very smart. You're very wise. You're very, I'm seeing, like, who's it? Like, like house. You are stable, and people see you as an opportunity. And you're not an opportunity. You're a being with feelings and emotions and needs that need to be acknowledged. And you got this far by putting yourself first. So don't allow somebody else to come in and want to take your energy. Oh my God, Missy Elliott. Yes, you would. Group 2, you would. Get Missy Elliott. Yeah, the mad scientist. 31. Your advice is to continue putting yourself first. Be a lot selfish when the situation comes back around. Stand your ground and recognize when you feel that spark, when you feel that spiritual energy, you feel that connection, take note of it. And if this is your creative energy, which is spiritual and divine, right, cleanse it, transmute it if you can, and then send it to other areas of your life so that you can continue to learn and grow and cleanse this. Send this into the earth, send this up your crown chakra, and just cleanse it. Let it go for good. Allow this karma to finally cleanse. Stand in your power. And don't be afraid to get a little bit sassy with it either, because there is no reason in the entire world that you should ever put something that is a divinely caused physical illusion in your life, as if you're in the Matrix watching a friggin' movie, over you, someone that you have to love and support and care about and nurture every single day of your life. And that is the energy that you need, have been, and do every day. Work so freaking hard. So I want you to take that energy that you feel called to give the situation. I want you to, I'm gonna say it, put it down, flip it, and reverse it back to yourself, so that and who cares what other people think, by the way? Who cares if they get mad? You have a head on your shoulders. You have a great, very smart head on your shoulders. You know how to create the life that you want. And so don't let somebody else take that from you. That's the ultimate lesson that you've been learning here. Keep shining, because you are literally a star. You have so much coming ahead of you. I can see here in these cards, if we were to take this external situation entirely out, you are somebody who spends a lot of time working on yourself. You are somebody who has struggled a lot, and you grew through adversity. You have done all of the shadow work, especially pertaining to this situation. You have healed so much. You grow. You help out so many people without even realizing it. You are literally a star, okay? You have worked so hard to get where you are. You're so highly intuitive, and you are so protected in all of the realms. So when there's something that you allow to break through your boundaries and barriers, you know what's meant for you and you know what's not meant for you. Your intuition is literally telling you, but there's this energy of that needs to be separated. This passionate energy to create something versus your love. These are two different things, and you are so on lock. You know exactly what's going on. This energy, you know exactly what's going on. I will say it again. You know exactly what's going on. Your intuition is so stinking on point here. What is it that this inspires you to create? Look at that. Is it making you realize that you want to make music or make art or have a family? It's helping you realize something about yourself that you want to create. And it does not need to even have the situation involved at all whatsoever. You are meant to learn the lesson, pick it up, put it in the bag, and walk home. All right? You are so beautiful. This definitely has to do with some kind of past life, healing or karma or situation. Absolutely. Grounding into your reality. And if you are strong enough to recognize this as your truth and then speak this as your truth when the situation comes back around, you're going to be blessed tenfold, as if you're not already. I think you just need to see things from a little bit of a different perspective so that you can really, really see how blessed you actually are, because I can see that you are so amazing. You put the work in, and I think that everyone sees that but yourself. And you've been putting so much work and energy into yourself that at this point, like, no room for past stuff, no room for old energy that you've already dealt with to come back in. You want new, you want bigger, you want better, you want what the new version of you deserves. And that's not what the old version of you was settling for. Okay? So, that being said, I'm going to call your reading here, Group 2. Thank you so much for sharing this time and space with me. I love you with all of my heart and soul, and I really hope that this helped guide you with clarity and guidance on your situation. Now, if this resonated with you or helped you at all, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me a lot so I can continue creating content for you guys. Just helps get those videos out there a little bit. I love you so much again. Stay strong. You are amazing. You're beautiful. Your crystal was carnelian. I feel called to tell you that again. And you do not need this situation to connect to the divine. You have everything you ever need within you, and you already know this. You already have your clarity. So just stand in it a little bit stronger, because you can, you will. You are a beautiful, boss-ass, amazing person, Group 2. So with that, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful, crazy, multidimensional realm. Namaste. Hi there, Group 3. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here today. And if you selected this beautiful, awesome desert rose crystal and the seeds of Mintaka, then this is your reading. So, desert rose is a type of selenite. I'm like thinking of the fact that there's so much life in the desert, even though kind of it looks like there's not, but there is. You just have to look for it. Separately, I was hearing Burning Love by Elvis in my head while I was doing your pre-shuffle, and I felt called to switch the direction of my crystals, repolarize, like put the crown where the root was and the root where the crown was, and I also feel called to be using cards in the opposite order that I was using for the other two groups. So you are either seeing things from a new perspective, shout out to Panic at the Disco, or bringing unconscious to light, first of all, with Seas of Mintaka. Now, you could have a very strong connection to the water element. Mintaka is a water planet that used to exist around, I believe, our solar system, if not within our solar system. Unsure, please check. Drop it in the comments if you know more specifics about that. But you're starting to see the potential of literally just turning things on their head. You're starting to see things from a new perspective. You are cleansing out energy that does not serve you. I'm hearing there are no snakes in your yard, Group number 3. And you're really just tuning into your emotions and your intuition. You're going after what it is that helps you feel good. Now, desert rose, this type of selenite, it is very cleansing. Shout out to all selenites out there. Love you, boo. But this helps you connect with the moon, but it's shaped like a sun. And it is a symbol of life in the desert, which is also a symbol of sun. It helps clear addiction and malintention. And it also helps you to connect with your past lives and future lives and your claircognizant work. So this already says a lot about you, Group 3. I can tell that you are polarizing your energy. You have flipped the switch into a new, I'm hearing timeline. I was going to say way of being, but it could be very well both. It's like you woke up today in a different timeline. It is very likely that as soon as you woke up, all of the snakes in your garden just popped up and you just whack-a-moled them on out. And now you have space for all of your blessings to come in. You've been working so hard to draw these things in, and you're starting to see the potential within yourself. You're flipping the script back onto yourself. You're giving yourself love, and your angel spirits and guides are coming through so strongly, especially with this desert rose. Woo, I just got chills. There are so many of them around you. Like, if you could only see. Oh my gosh. And I'm also hearing, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. So you have really gotten some clarity. Holy moly. Especially when it comes to, in like every area of life, you are in a place of clarity and abundance. This is beautiful. It's like you've opened up a door to a new beginning in your life, but this is more than just a new beginning. This is a big timeline shift, Group 3. Big. This is amazing and beautiful, and I'm proud of you already. I haven't even gotten into your cards. I'm going to start off with the Hermetic Tarot deck, and then use my Tattoo Tarot to clarify, which is the opposite of what I was doing for the other decks. Oh my god, I'm getting a blister on my pinky, literally, from shuffling this deck. It's beautiful. I love it. I will be doing a past, present, and future spread for you today with clarification. So, oop. I'm hearing pull from the bottom. We're doing things in reverse today. 9 of Cups. Oh, look at you. Wheel of Fortune. Hello. Okay. In your past energy, not even where you're at, beautiful Group 3. Love your energy, love your vibes, love you. Hello. So, You decided to pour your focus into yourself because you realize that you're the only one who can get you your blessings. You're the only one who can grab the opportunities in front of you. And if you want something, you gotta go get it. Nine of Cups indicates fulfillment, happiness. It indicates being fulfilled and happy and open to new opportunities, especially with Jupiter and Pisces here. And bringing unconscious to light, yes. So your dreams have been definitely talking to you a lot, and they've been trying to help you process energy behind the scenes so that you have room for the blessing or manifestation you've been trying so hard to call in. There's definitely an energy of you trying to manifest something so hard, and it's trying to make its way to you. It's been making its way towards you, but you needed to put yourself first, not this manifestation. It's like in the past, you were working from a place of, you were walking towards this timeline of being happy alone, being happy with what you have, being happy with the way that you feel, taking note, and then using it to transmute it and complete your cycles. You've been determined to claim these blessings that are in front of you. Lord of the Forces of Light. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. Now, you could be using runes or runic symbols. Also, Norway could be significant for some reason. And the word wheel is really standing out to me. So you could be feeling inclined, also with the 9, you could be feeling inclined to travel at this time, to learn about different cultures, maybe dabble into some more languages, or you really just want to go take that road trip you've been procrastinating. Something about getting out in nature is coming up. You've been working so hard. It could be that you're learning in the past, you were learning to put yourself first, and maybe there was this urge to travel or move forward in life, or you just wanted to get there. You just wanted to get there, and then you could find your fulfillment. But you realized that was not the case. Your fulfillment was right in front of you. You just needed to be in that energy. And you can show up to work and be fulfilled. You can take a mental health day if that's what you needed. Anything, you were open to your blessings finally. You were in a place of knowing that you deserve them and expressing that. You wore that on your sleeve because you knew it. Your intuitive downloads are on point, and it's allowing you to ground this energy into such a beautiful, beautiful place. And that's your past energy. So I don't know why you're coming to me for advice, Group 3, but we're going to find out. Okay, so you have the Moon and the Ace of Swords. Okay, talk about bringing the unconscious to light. What a spread we have. So, ruler of flux and reflux. Obviously, the Moon, Scarab Beetle, rules Cancer, as well as the Moon card. So, now this is interesting. Last night there was a new moon, which is great for manifestation. It was actually a new moon in Cancer. Now, whenever you're watching this, check the moon transits. Now, this is Pisces, but the moon is Cancer, just like the Scarab Beetle here, which was a very, very important figure in ancient Egypt. Egypt could be coming up a lot for you lately, so I would recommend you looking into that. So, Desert Rose does indicate past lives and future lives, so I would recommend maybe doing some meditation, doing some practices, and trying to find clarity about perhaps a life in the past or future or present. I mean, I don't know where you're geographically located. That has to do with Egypt and perhaps the importance of the Scarab Beetle in the culture. Now, separately, let's get more into this place that you're at right now, Group 3. So, the moon can indicate a flood of emotions, deep-seated emotions, or things that are a mystery. They're hidden. They also connect you with your inner child. It helps you to feel your own flow, and that kind of helps you to explore the entire range of your being so that you have a good idea of what you're working with. Now, you've cut all these energies out that do not serve you, and you're finding so much clarity and truth. It's like, now, okay, I feel like this is the exact reason why I felt called to switch decks. I see this now. So, in the Tattoo Tarot, I think it was Group 2, the Ace of Swords came out too, with this, the sword, but the crown was on top of the sword. Here, the crown is in the middle of the sword. This is because you have clarity, you are on point. You are not about to reach your clarity. You are fully emerged, like you are immersed. Like this is within central, in the center point. You found clarity about a particular situation. You are entirely aware of what's going on, and you're speaking your truth. You are being fearless. I'm hearing the words bad bitch in my head. So you could be standing into this beautiful energy of just putting yourself first unapologetically because why not? You deserve it. Hello. There's this feeling of you're finally back in touch with your inner child or things that you used to enjoy when you were a child. There's also a feeling of community, getting back in touch with old loved ones and friends, and maybe even some new energies that are coming into your life that you're exploring. And I'm hearing the word trust. I'm also hearing faith, trust, and pixie dust. So your manifestation, you've been wishing upon a star, so to speak, and it's here. and you're realizing that it's here. It might not be as obvious as you would like to think that it is, or as you would like it to be, but that's because, well, actually, I think you know why. You know exactly why. I don't know why lately when I've been seeing the moon card, the word moo is standing out, like cows. Cows are also a very significant figure in, I think it's Indian culture. It represents prosperity, abundance, taking things slow. Slow and steady wins the race. Also, cows are just really cute. So you could be adorable. There's something or someone or something that's just cute. There's this like happy, light, fluffy energy that's around you, and it's like a happy moon energy. This is like reminding me of like the lady who like dances under the moon every full moon with like her breasts out. Like, this isn't like, oh, there's secrets moon vibes. This is like, no, happy, like you're cutting through all of the illusions in your life, and you have so much more clarity than you have ever before. You're bringing unconscious to light in so many different ways about your current life, your past life, your energy, even where you're going in the future. Everything has been precisely dictated by the divine. Strings have been pulled. Your spirit guides are like, oh my gosh, I got the chills again every single time I bring them up. They are so present, and they want you to see your worth. That is the very thing that is coming out. They want you to know how beautiful and amazing and powerful and strong and correct you are, especially in your intuition. Your intuition is on point. It's absolutely insane, and you're speaking your truth unapologetically to people, and as you're just being yourself, you might find people being triggered. You might find people leaving. You might find people being magnetized towards you, and it's because you have this beautiful, growing, glowing energy about you where you are providing a mirror back towards, well, not just a mirror, but you are showing people what they can be and everything that they are, everything that they're not, everything that they want to be. You are just in this powerful place of knowing that your blessings are on their way, and now they are here. You have perfect clarity about what's going on, and there is nothing that is left hidden. To have the Ace of Swords coming out with the moon in the present moment, this indicates that as you follow your own flow, you realize that there is nothing left for you to even do at this point, except just sit down and relax and do whatever it is that you'd like to do. You are a master manifester, Group 3. I don't know who you are, but we are best friends now. Now, you have the, Knight of Swords, something coming in hot for you, baby. And 8 of Wands. Oh my gosh, the other card of something coming in hot. Hello. So, there's definitely a feeling of something moving towards you. When I saw for, like the word for like strong, strength in French, here, and I think that that's not an accident. So you have been so strong waiting for your manifestation to come in. I'm hearing it has been forever, but now in the future it is going to hit you like a ton of bricks, right? There's a white horse. This has been coming up as a sign in a lot of the readings lately to look out for symbols of horses. This indicates that your manifestation is on the way. This and feathers. Your angels are delivering you exactly what you want, exactly the way you've been manifesting it. I'm hearing you've been very, very precise, and you surrendered, which is absolutely what you're supposed to do. It's beautiful. They're so proud of you for figuring this out, and it was not easy, and you had it a little bit harder than most people do, I'm hearing. But you are now expecting. You expected your blessings, and now they're here. You expected your clarity, and now it's here. You expect things to show up in your life exactly the way you want them, no more, no less, no cap, and they're here. You are receiving in the future communication from about or regarding higher learning, travel, opportunity, success, and just this is going to happen very, very quickly. You're going to feel so creative. Your creative outlets are absolutely inspiring to those around you at this point, and you might not even realize this. Also, 8 of Wands, usually indicate a bunch of wands going in the same direction, but on this card, they're all crossing paths. It's like everybody else had a 100-piece puzzle to figure out, and you had a 1,000-piece puzzle. But you figured it out, you sorted it out, and your blessings will be tenfold because of this. You were meant to gain so much insight, not just on yourself and your path, but you saw straight through everything that was going on, and now your rewards are coming to you. I'm noticing these 2 of Wands being mirrored here. One is far apart, the other's close together. So there's this energy of you were moving in a direction where you were waiting for your ships to come in, but now you're at this place where everything is magnetizing towards you. You stand up, you be yourself, you show up authentically, and put yourself first. You put your own self and your fulfillment first. You have exact clarity, and now what's coming towards you is everything that you want, exactly the way that you want it, and there's even more that you don't see coming, and it's even better than you could have ever expected. I'm hearing there are blessings that are beyond your manifestations that are going to be coming into your life, and they are just going to make you cry of happiness, Group 3. You're going to be so am hearing enthralled, which is a word I never use, to see what's coming on. Ooh, I just got the chills, and I'm kind of seeing like a lady in like a white like nightgown kind of thing. So I don't know if you have a passed on loved one, or if there's somebody that you knew in a past life that's coming here. Oh, chills. Okay. Whew, there's definitely somebody that's watching you. I'm getting a hug, hearing it's okay, and I saw 14:01 on the recording time. Okay, angels. Your angels are here. They're watching over you. This is a guardian angel. This is perhaps somebody that you knew in your childhood that passed away when you were very, very young. Likely somebody that you shared, I'm hearing sisterhood with in a past life in some way, shape, or form. This is a feminine energy that's trying to come through and let you know that they see how much you've been through while other people do not. Now, people might see you during this time and think, oh, they're very lucky. Oh, they didn't have to work for things. Oh, they just do what they want. Oh, they're going with the flow. Oh, how lucky they are to just, because you did the work, right? Group 3, because you did the work. And I know this, and you know this, and your guides, your angels are coming through to let you know that they see this, they acknowledge this, and that is why your blessings are going to be so big. They are so big, and they're already, like, they already have one foot in the door, is what I'm hearing. At more than that, I'm hearing they're 75% of the way in your life, and you are just realizing it now. Which is why everything's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. You're going to open up your eyes and you're going to go, oh my gosh, there it is. There it is. And you're going to have opportunities to travel in the future, communication, in any areas of your life where you were being too nice to people. You are cutting that out. Any areas of your life where communication was a little bit halted for a reason, because you're standing in this energy, that is being cut out. Any clarity that you've been looking for, you already have it intuitively. Now, because you got it on your own, it's going to be coming in the physical realms. It's going to be coming in hot, and there's not going to be any more overthinking. You've done a great deal of work, I can see here, Group 3, on your thinking, the way that you talk to yourself, your mental narrative, and the way that you just your thoughts. Like, you don't overthink anymore. Every time you catch yourself thinking something that doesn't serve your highest good, you cut it out. You've replaced it with something beautiful, something better. And I don't even want to put that energy, didn't even show up in your past energy anymore, but it is coming up in the future to let me know that this is victory. This is your prize for a job well done. And I'm kind of almost seeing like cards before this where you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot of strife, and that's why you decided you needed to stand up and you needed to build your own blessings. Because of this, everything's just showing up for you exactly the way you wanted it. I'm hearing if you made a list of your manifestations, go back and check it, or remember what it is that you wrote. I'm seeing a hummingbird, because the universe has definitely been pulling some strings for you. The hummingbird is the most, like, I'll say flexible of the birds. They can fly in any direction and very quickly, unlike any other bird. They also suck the nectar from the source of the flower. And that is what you are. That's what you do. And that's what you are meant to provide for the world. You are a direct connection to source. You are a direct connection to the divine, and you are very flexible. You have the ability to pivot at a moment's notice, and this is something that has not been unnoticed by your angel, spirits, guides, the universe, and your good old tarot reader up here. So everything that's going on, there are going to be opportunities for travel. You're going to be learning a lot. I'm also hearing that you're teaching a lot, and there's also an energy of so much communication coming in. Ooh, we got a sneaky little Gemini or Taurus and 2 Geminis here. So physical abundance is coming your way, something pretty and sparkly, but it's like they didn't want me to tell you about it, but they put the message here because they want you to know. And I saw 1715 and 1717 on the timer, which lets me know that this likely has to do with yourself and some kind of relationship in some way, shape, or form. If there's a relationship that has been stagnant, there's going to be grounding in some way, shape, or form. And at the same time, you have Gemini twice. So this indicates that you're communicating and you're learning, but if there's any kind of hot, cold energy that you thought was going on, it is and has been precisely mirrored. It is on the left side, which lets me know that this is in the past. But know that if you've been concerned about any kind of communication, the way that you've been coming off, if you feel like anything was a little too sharp or a little too nice, don't worry about it. Everything was divinely orchestrated in order for it to turn out in your best interest, because that's specifically what you've been manifesting. And as I was trying to say earlier before I got cut off with all of these messages that are coming through for you, Group 3, because whoa, the energy. Go check your manifestations. Go back and check your journals. Go back and check the little list that you made, because you will be absolutely appalled at the precision of your manifestations. And I'm talking to the day, the time, the detail, right? So go check these things out just for fun, because everything that you've written is going to come to life, and it's going to happen in the next 8 days to next week to 8 days. So this is very, very, very fast. And I'm feeling that they're coming even I don't even want to say that. I'm taking the time off of this because all of these swords cards indicate fast movement. And just because wands mean week and 8 means weeks and 8 is 8 does not mean I'm going to put timestamps on your manifestations group 3, because I really feel like they're coming in faster than that. I'm not trying to add that into your energy. So I will cleanse that out. Woohoo! Thank you, angel spirits and guides. You're seeing the potential of yourself. You're diving into your emotions, and you are noticing what feels good and what doesn't, and you're acting accordingly. Honestly, you're in a beautiful place. And if you've been waiting for confirmation that your intuition is right, it is scary accurate. Like, it's scary. Like, if you were to actually like have conversations with people about the things that you're learning, they would be like, oh my God. Also, yes, if you're worried about manifestations coming in, please don't be. You literally know that it's coming in. You literally got your clarity. You know the time, the date, the way, the place, the person, the how. You know everything. You're on point. Don't second guess yourself at all whatsoever. It's not going to delay your manifestations. I'm seeing 1, and I'm seeing 12, and I'm seeing 122. This lets me know that you have completed this cycle. You are putting yourself first, which is a new beginning for you. And at the same time, there's definitely grounded energy that's coming in towards you. You are receiving your blessings. They are coming towards you, and they're coming in hot. They're coming in when you least expect it, and it's going to be ASAP. ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg. Wait, I'm hearing that song. Oh my gosh, what is it? By, what's her name? Oh my God, Queen. Who's this? Man, they hate, but they broke though. Yeah. Okay. I feel like that's just like a little LOL, like tiny little sliver of your energy there. Like, you're in this like love and light, like all day. Love and light, and also like, you know, like light and dark balance, but also like, man, they hate, but they broke though. It's like, people are jealous of you. People are super... Oh my God. Why are you even... You have the High Priestess and the 7... the High Priestess and the 7 of Coins. Your intuition has been on point for a long time, and it's been guiding you in creating and building something, planting some roots for yourself, growing a harvest. You've known slow and steady wins the race, and you planted the seeds a very long time ago, and your intuition has been so guiding you, along with all of your angel spirits and guides. They are requesting a shout out, so I'm giving it to you. There's another 2 that's coming up. You could be seeing 2. Oh, there's a 2 of Coins, 222, 22, 2222, any version of 2. You could be seeing 1, 1, 11, 11, all that good stuff, and all that jazz. All of your 2s, they're coming out. Material abundance, baby. Loyalty, right? Loyalty, lots of good food, material abundance, wealth, healthy relationships. Yes. Happy Taurus energy. That's what's coming in towards you. Now, 2 of Coins. It indicates a decision that needed to be made, but I'm not really feeling this so much as a decision. Well, a little bit, as it is like trusting yourself, right? A little bit going back and forth. It falling under the Moon card indicates that in the current energy, I feel I need to slow down. 1 second, please. In your current energy, okay, it could be very literally be that you're deciding to slow down. You're deciding you've been working on your shit, group 3, and it's showing. But make sure that you're taking some time out for yourself. Yes, there it is. Make sure you're taking some time out for yourself. Make sure you're resting. You're using up a lot of energy, intuitively, spiritually, and physically. I'm hearing you are using every single energy center in its best version of itself. You are definitely doing your energy work. You're definitely showing up for your family, for your friends, in your work life, in your personal life, whatever this is, you are showing up. So if you're feeling a little bit wishy-washy is the word that I'm hearing, then know that it's okay to give yourself some time. Don't guilt yourself, okay? If you are feeling a little bit extra tired, if you've been using extra energy, if you've been spreading yourself a little bit thin, know that you are capable of moving forward, but the more rest you give yourself, the more gentle you are, the more room you have to let these things into your life. So actually allowing yourself to rest, be a little bit kinder to yourself, put your body first at this time. This is going to allow you to be in a more receptive energy, like this High Priestess energy that you done been showing up in, by the way. Yeah, this is allowing this to magnetize towards you because you have been planting, you have been growing, you've been working on your abundance, your harvest is coming in. So while things grow, you can sit back and wait. You don't need to stare at paint drying. You don't need to try to watch some grass grow. You are way closer than you think. Things are literally walking in your door right now. So know that you're a beautiful little flower. Oh, okay. So 7 of coins and all these flowers. You are ready to pick the fruits of your harvest. Things are blossoming, things are ready, and there are probably about I'll say 2 to 8, probably around 4 manifestations that are ready for you to grab right now. There are some opportunities that are in front of your face, and there are many more that are coming. They're still blossoming. So no need to wait to watch paint dry here. Temperance card indicates a little bit of need for patience, and it's interesting that this is showing up under the Ace of Swords. You have been going, particularly when it comes to your intuition and your physical stability. Now, you have been guided to do everything that you're doing, and that's why you've had so much extra energy. That's why you've been showing up in better energy. That's why you feel the strength to be patient and the strength to show up and get your stuff done. And that's absolutely beautiful. I'm just hearing that this card came out because your angels want to commend you on a job well done. And I'm hearing, it's weird. Okay, this is weird. It's literally not how the song goes, but I'm hearing, don't worry, baby, it's gonna be alright. Don't worry, baby, I wanna hold you tight. It's literally not the words to the song, but I don't know why it just came through, and now I kind of feel like I want to cry, but that's not mine, so I'm just gonna release it for a second. Something or someone is coming through to let you know they really, really love you, like a lot. And not to worry, there's communication coming in. Oh, in the future energy, you have the Tower, but see how this crown is like, it's like on the tower. It's so funny. It's like, this is like all illusion, all BS is being knocked down. I'm hearing what this I'm hearing that this is people getting their karma, and you are putting your crown back on your head. Anyone or anything that's been messing with your energy, trying to send you weird energy, anything or anyone that's been talking smack or anything, their karma is hitting them. They're just, especially in the future. Now this will likely get messaged to you, like this will get communicated to you in some way, shape, or form, as if you're not already picking it up intuitively, because let's be honest, group 3. Yeah, now your manifestations, your blessings are hitting you like a ton of bricks, and all of those that were trying to block your blessings and manifestations, their karma's hitting them like a ton of bricks, and you're gonna hear all about it while you just sit there passively in your little high priestess temperance energy, wearing your crown, checking your nails. Love you. Love this. So 8 of Wands, you have the 10 of Swords in reverse. Oh my god, I love this. I'm hearing that the hardest is over. I'm also hearing the dark days are over. And I'm also seeing 0-1. Now, where was your 10? You got a 10. Wheel of Fortune and 10 of Swords. Now, this is beautiful. We get 10-10 energy a lot in tarot, right? But you actually got 1001, which indicates perfect mirroring, and I'm hearing perfect union. So you and this energy, another energy, one that is included in your manifestations, have both been clearing blockages, and there's now nothing in the way of this particular manifestation, and you know which one I'm talking about, I'm hearing, coming exactly towards you. Now you're ready for a new beginning, the situation's ready for a beginning, and there is nothing left in the way, the 2 zeros. Also, I'm seeing like LOL, like with 2 L's, so it could be like just something that makes you laugh a lot. That'll be your confirmation about what the manifestation is that you are trying to draw in. Now, this is happening fast. There is energy of something needed to break before something new could be grown, and likely you were picking up on this, but it wasn't communicated to you, which is where I think weird communication was coming up a little bit earlier in the spread, not from you, but externally. Now that you're standing in your strength, your power, you're putting yourself first, and you're like really not taking any crap at this point, group 3. I can see that this is coming in towards you quickly and honestly, and I'm hearing immediately. Maybe you've been using the word immediately in your manifestations a lot. You're like, I want this, I want it now, I want it immediately, I want it as soon as possible, I want it yesterday. And the universe, and I'm hearing your guides are going, yes, we know, we hear you, we know, like with like a million O's, like we know. But it's here. There were so many strings that needed to be pulled in order to make this happen for you, whatever this is. Just know those strings have been pulled. The energy has been cleared with. It has been transmuted. It has been released. Now there is opportunity. It is knocking on your door. I'm hearing knocking on heaven's door. And there is nothing you need to do. You do not need to take action. You do not need to do anything more. This manifestation, the one that you know what I'm talking about, that one, it's here. Like it's here. It is showing up in your future energy, but I'm hearing that it's like in front of your face, and you're like picking it Here's an alarm going off. It's in front of your face. You're intuitively picking up on it. You've been waiting. And it's like you kind of knew that there was some stuff going down here, but it didn't belong to you. It's like, I feel like this tower energy is like not, it doesn't belong to you. But there was almost like a temptation, like other people, places, things, situations, whatever, like as they were experiencing their tower moment, they were coming to you, trying to get you to take on their energy for them or give them the answer or something. There are a lot of energies that have been coming through lately trying to test you. Now in the future, since you cut this out, you saw everything that was coming. You said, I am not letting anything be in the way of me and my blessings. And you've been trying to manifest things specifically and immediately. And that's exactly what you're getting. And there's a little cherry on top where you're going to get to see those who have not had your best interests at heart. You're about to see everything come back around. I saw 2929 on the recording time, which lets me know that wherever someone or something was trying to keep you stuck, whatever was trying to take away your personal freedom, particularly in the material realms, that's exactly what's going on for them right now. So there is no more, I'm hearing burden and strife that's coming towards you. You see everything and your intuition is sharp as a knife. That's what's going on here. And because of this, you are headed directly towards that crown. You already have your clarity. It's here in the present moment. And yeah, I think this is just really a confirmational reading for you, group 2. Or group 3. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. See all these 2s that are coming out? They got me messed up. So I'm hearing look at the numbers. So this is what I will do. 9, your personal freedom. 9, okay, hey, 9 and 10. What is the moon? It's 18. Okay. So we have 9, 10, 9, right? I'm going to go back to the 18. Quickly, this indicates that you have abundance coming on the way. You have physical money coming in for you, and it's not going anywhere. It's not just money. It is not just abundance. It is prosperity. Abundance is when you have a lot of something right now. Prosperity is when something continues to grow and stays for a long time. Now, this is going to happen in very many physical ways, particularly financially. So keep an eye out for any financial opportunities. Use your intuition to know what is legitimate and what is not. I'm hearing that before you hit the big whammy, there are going to be 2 or 3 tests that come through to make sure that you're not compromising what you would like. So keep an eye out for these things. Also, yeah, that's falling under the 2 of coins. So know that don't be anything that has the energy of, oh, but this is shiny and sparkly. That's a no. Anything that confirmation, anything that particularly matches your manifestation specifically and is better than you expect, just know that it's literally here and have your hand open to grab it. Make sure you're not holding something else that's a little bit sparkly because it's going to come through. Which, by the way, congratulations. So going back to the numbers, you have 1 and 8, 18, 18. Okay, hello. Prosperity. Money is coming in. Your blessings are no longer blocked. And there's this energy of, okay, now I'm hearing the actual lyrics to the song. I love you, baby. And if it's quite alright, I need you, baby. So I feel like there's like a change in energy here. Maybe, I'm also hearing Got My Mind Set on You by George Harrison. So it could be that, there's one manifestation that needed financial stability to come into your life. Now, either you needed financial stability, the situation needed to get a better handle on their finances, whatever it was. It could be mirrored. I don't know your life, group 3. But whatever this is, there needed to be some kind of material stability independently, like individually, or respectively, as I like to say. Same synonyms. We love them. So there needed to be respective stability here in the situation. And that's why we're seeing 1818. Now this is happening. It's literally on your doorstep. Now 1001. All of the blockages, all of the difficulties, all of the things that were in your way are now cleared. And this is coming in. So like this is like reminding me of like 01 and like the 10. It's reminding me of like a countdown, like 3, 2, 1, like blast off, or New Year's, or like whatever. So know that you could literally blink and this will show up and you'll be like, whoa, my life is what? I'm where? I'm who? My name is what? Sorry. I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would you say I am? Why would I say I am? You know what I'm saying? I think that's your energy right now. 2, 7, 2, 14, 16, 10. So when it comes to your stability, your stability was previously tied with the relationships in your life. You likely had a lot of blessings in the form of helping hands. Now, Two of Coins indicates that you were fine with this. You were accepting the blessings that were coming in, but you were like, man, I really just want my own. Like, you wanted yourself to be the channel of your abundance. This is a thing that switched, right? You put yourself first, and you definitely had help to get there. You knew it was going to come. You had to have faith over fear. But now you made this change. You did it. And now you just need to have your hand out and continue doing what it is that you're doing, but give yourself a little bit more of a break, because you are going to be getting these manifestations. There's going to be a message that you were not expecting that's coming towards you, and it's going to bring you physical abundance. I'm hearing like physical money, like prosperity. So keep an eye out for that. 14, this was definitely a sign from your angels. So look out in this message. There will be some kind of sign that lets you know that this is for you, and this isn't one of those phony baloney offers that's coming in before your blessing. So there will be something that's very specific, and it seems very personalized, very detail oriented towards you specifically, where it's almost like your angels winking at you. So it will be extremely, I'm hearing blatantly obvious. So the Knight of Swords and primarily the number 16 here. This indicates that you've done a lot of work on your daily routine, right? You've been focusing on your health. You've been focusing on your body. You've been taking care of your pets. You've been up in the gym working on your fitness, right? So you're not feeling weak anymore, and people are not mistaking your kindness for weakness, because you're only being kind to those that deserve it, i.e. yourself, right? And so everything and everyone is kind of like watching this. They're seeing this. It's like people are waiting to see what you do next, but you're focusing on yourself. You are, you've released perfectionist energy, and people are now seeing you as perfect. Funny how that works out, right? So you have the 10 of Swords in reverse. Number 10, this indicates determination, hard work, positive karma coming towards you, and Saturn energy, also Capricorn. But it's Capricorn in reverse, which is kind of like Cancer. So there's definitely a stable home life energy that is coming towards you. If you've been thinking about moving, that's going to happen. It will be successful. Look out for that wink in regards to the situation. If you've been wanting to travel, you've been wanting to start a business, you wanted to write a book, do a new project, write a song, whatever it is, this is your time to go for it. Wait for that little... No, I'm hearing... You don't need to wait for the wink, but you'll see the wink. You'll know exactly what it is, and it will so synchronistically just line up with everything. And at this point, your intuition is so strong, you're not even going to be surprised. You're probably going to be going about your life, and you'll be like, oh, I'm about to get that wink. And then the wink happens, and then you're like, yep, I knew it, da-da-da-da. And you just keep going about your day-to-day life. At this point, it's like, I'm hearing you've escaped you're no longer experiencing karma. You are just creating at this point, and you've created, and now you just sitting, waiting, wishing for your manifestation. Not even wishing, you're just sitting and waiting for your manifestations that are literally walking towards you. And in the meantime, sit back, relax, watch your enemies be vanquished, and know that the hardest part is over. There is a new spiritual awakening I feel called to mention with the Ace of Swords, clarity, and Eight of Wands, quick movement and spirituality, right? There will be another spiritual awakening that is coming towards you, which is another reason you are being called to rest right now. It's very likely that you've been experiencing a lot of upgrades lately, a lot of downloads, a lot of upgrades, a lot of new clair abilities, and, cosmic journeys miscellaneous, because we're all out here whatevering. So with the Eight of Wands, this is saying... Sorry, I had to grab my dog. This is saying that you are about to receive a new gift from the universe. And this is not material. This is you will be getting a lot of very obvious, very physical gifts from the universe. Don't get me wrong. But there's one in particular. This is going to be a new skill, a new gift, a new upgrade. This is going to have to do with the spiritual realms. And it's going to, I'm hearing, knock your socks off and blow your freaking mind. So whatever this is, it is here. It is real. It is coming to stay. You're being encouraged to rest and really take care of your body at this point in time, because this can be a lot. I don't know, sometimes when we channel messages, we get physical sensations, we get emotional things come up. It can be ours, it can be not ours, they can be data, whatever. But this is going to be huge, and it's not going anywhere. It's going to hit you like a ton of bricks, and it's going to stay. Now, I do not know yet what this is. Judgment and strength. All right, I have a feeling this has to do with timelines. Seeing other people's timelines, seeing other people's past, present, future. You might already be pretty tapped into this, but I'm really hearing like this as like a kind of an allusion to that karma of other people we were talking about earlier. You could be very, very, very connected to other people at this time, to the point where you have them in your energy, or like you have things in your energy purposefully. These things were placed here, but if you are empathic or your clear abilities, let's just say they're about to like, something's about to go down. Like, it's going to be nice, it's going to be beautiful, but it will be an adjustment for you. So make sure you're taking your preemptive rest so that it doesn't drain your energy when it happens. I'm hearing this one will be fun. I'm hearing you're going to have a lot of fun exploring this new little upgrade of yours, but there might be a lot of people who are reaching their hands out, trying to get a piece of it, trying to understand how you got there, or just wanting a piece of your energy. So just be decisive here, but also give yourself that rest so that you can stay in an energy of clarity, because this will be exciting. And sometimes when things get exciting, we have emotional responses. When we have emotional responses, sometimes we get thrown for a loop a little bit, or we get thrown off balance just a little bit, and that's totally fine. Balance does not exist without lack thereof. But there's another 10-10 energy here, number 20. This is indicating that well, you are going to be getting everything that you want. You are going to be seeing a lot more, and seeing was really emphasized. There's like literally a miracle that has to do, look at her third eye. Oh my gosh. There is something that is about to happen. And I mean, it's about to go down for you, group 3. So yes, please take your preemptive rest. This is going to be something that you're going to need to get used to. You're going to have fun playing with it when it first comes. Then you're going to wish you could shake it off. It is going to stay. It is here to stay. And you're going to need your physical strength. You're going to need your physical rest. See how her hand is literally in this lion's mouth, and she's like, yeah, I don't care. I already know what's going to happen. I saw this last week. Like, that's your energy right now. So literally make sure, with number 11, I'm hearing when you wish upon a star, you are going to be getting something you've been wishing for a lot. But I'm hearing going into the belly of the beast, and I'm kind of seeing like Jonah and the whale. So if you feel like you've been stuck, it was for a reason. It was actually to put you in, to forcefully place you in this preemptive rest for this next spiritual upgrade. This new chapter of your life is going to be intense. You're going to love it. But as your timeline's switching and your energy is expanding and evolving, you're way past the point of healing at this point, and you're not doing other people's work for them either. So now you're at this point where you're like, okay, so now what? And the universe is about to drop it in your lap, right? More like drop it in your pineal gland. And you are going to feel so fearless. You're going to feel so powerful. You're going to feel beautiful and amazing. And 11 is Aquarius energy, although strength is Leo, which are sister signs, by the way, which is a beautiful indication that through putting yourself first, you've been able to help others more. And because you have a pure heart, you have pure intentions, you are unstoppable. You are undefeatable. And also, this position, when like a dog is in this position or an animal, it typically indicates that they're ready to play. So this is going to be very, very fun. There's another indication of fun. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is like individuality, uniqueness, fun, humanitarian efforts. Leo also is 5, which is fun, romance, play. So allow yourself to play. Don't just be don't think you need to be all strictly business with this new skill that's coming in. Know that you can use it for a little bit of fun. Be out there having fun. Do your thing. Go after what it is that you want. But just be careful, know that you're guided, know that you're protected, but you might have to step up your protection rituals just a little bit, or energy work, whatever it is. Just know that you are on top of your stuff. Where is that 16? The tower. Okay. So as you see, this will have to do with seeing, for sure. Seeing and other people. So yeah, there's definitely some kind of, maybe you'll be getting, what is that? It's like a clairvoyance with people's medical problems is what's coming through. Or something about, I'm hearing master healer, and I'm seeing like a mantid. So I don't know if that's relevant for any of you, but take it, leave it, resonate. If it, bleh, throat chakra. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But there's something that is funky donkey that's coming towards you. And just know that because you have perfected your daily routine so much, when it comes to your energy work and it comes to your regular work, it comes to everything, I'm hearing you are ready. You are more than ready. Just make sure that you continue doing what you're doing when it comes to your routine, when it comes to your little rituals. They are working, they are helping, and you're going to need to do this. This was practice for when the skill comes in, but now you're ready. You are being initiated into this new level of awareness. So congratulations. Also have fun. Have fun. Be safe out there, y'all. All right. So, and Seas of Mintaka is coming back. Oh gosh, I love Mintaka. You ever just vibe into Mintaka and you just like float in the ether with like water and you're like, oh, why aren't I a mermaid? Seeing potential. If you live near the ocean, please go swimming. If you live near a body of water, if it is clean and not disgusting, please go swimming. Ooh, hello. Janet Jackson. I've only been taking 2. I'm being called to take 4. The other groups I took 2. Please don't tell. Okay. You have Janet Jackson, the Venus. I feel like that's pretty obvious. Janet Jackson is obviously a queen. Number 19, this is finding personal freedom and Venus that align with your morals, your values. You are not compromising. You are not taking anything less than you deserve. You know you're a queen. You know you're a king, whatever this is. You have a beautiful smile, by the way, and your eyes are phenomenal. I don't know if you know this about yourself or if this is something you're self-conscious about, but other people notice your smile first. And then they're like, oh, damn, check out those eyes. All right. Also pink, soul star chakra. This does indicate some past life work going on. And she is looking at the Mintaka card. So I don't know. You have Kate Bush, the child. Definitely some inner child healing going on. I'm seeing, like, I'm looking at her and I'm like, oh, emo queen, yes. So, you could be like, oh, and with the moon, you could be listening to like some old music. I'm hearing like My Chemical Romance in my head right now. So I don't know if that's relevant or if that's just my inner child talking to yours, but whatever's going on here, your inner child is feeling liberated. You finally feel comfortable with your inner child. You feel secure. You feel safe. You feel this material abundance that's coming in for you is going to do wonders for your inner child, but you needed to do the energetic work so that it didn't, I'm hearing take advantage of what was given to you, which is why you needed to wait a little bit longer. I'm hearing this is why we procrastinated it, because your inner child would have used it not on something wrong, but not on the right thing. And there is a right thing. You will be led towards it. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to overthink it, but you needed to wait for yourself to be in the energy to receive this specific energetic upload, upgrade, download, whatever you'd like to call it, in order for your inner child to feel connected to you fully. It's like you're fully integrating with your inner child. So there's not an energy of, if I was my inner child, what would I do? Because you are now. Just like when you integrate with your higher self or your future self, where you hop into a new timeline. You have Mariah Carey, another queen, the diva. Yes, you are group 3 and own it. We do have the rainbow. So LGBTQIA is coming up. That could be significant for some of you. Also, she's literally draped in diamonds. What a queen. High register, divine feminine energy, and throat chakra is coming up. So this lets me know you've definitely been balancing your masculine and feminine energies. You are like, I'm hearing you're like a guy's guy and a girl's girl, whatever that means. I don't know if you are androgynous. I don't know if you do follow the binary, whatever it is, but you are balanced in your masculine and feminine energies, no matter how you identify. And also, you looking good. You're looking good as hell. And you have Karen O, the split. Okay. This looks like a big stop sign. This is a little bit, I don't even want to say warning because it doesn't seem like that big, but this is a stop sign for you, okay? Do not slip back into your old energy. There will be opportunities that arise that probably have already started that are requiring a bit of fortitude and strength from you. Now, you've been working really hard on creating changes in your life. 23-5. There might be a perceived obstacle that comes up, and your advice is to stop, drop, and roll. I'm hearing ignore it. It is an illusion. It is not a real threat. It is only here because the energy is smelling the fact that this is happening for you, and it does not like this. I'm actually going to take this out of the spread. Also, when I saw this, I felt inclined to read it backwards. I don't know if you study demonology, but like Satan, demon energy uses things backwards. So like negative energy will read words backwards. That's why please don't do that unless you're strongly protected and know exactly what you're doing, or just don't do it in the first place. Okay, yay. So just know that there's a little bit of a negative energy that is from I'm hearing a shadow from your past that is going to try to come up. It's not a real threat. It's not really going to show up. It's not really going to whatever you're afraid of. Don't slip into that fear. Just live in this beautiful present energy. I don't want to leave the reading off like that, so I'm going to pull back out this card. I'm going to put it on top of here. Ooh, there is a message for you if you went swimming when you were a child and you have a particular memory that was related to swimming as a child. This would be the time to re-explore that, because there's something that you can see that will help you open up your heart chakra a little bit more, and you will be able to communicate with people from your past lives, if not physically in this physical realm, then spiritually. So there's another message for you, bringing unconscious things to light. now I'm going to leave your reading there, group 3. This was definitely the longest one. This was definitely the most in detail and definitely the most spiritually evolved. Don't tell the other groups. I love you so much. I really hope this helps shed light and clarity on your situation. I really think this was mostly clarity for you, or like confirmation for you, because you've been doing the work. You've been definitely doing the energy work. Whatever it is that you're like minutely worried about and you like know it's not a problem, but it's still trying to make you think it's a problem, know that it's not. Know that it's just because you have all of these blessings coming up, and it doesn't want you to see it fall, but like your enemies are being vanquished by the universe. So just know that you're standing in your power, and that's the worst thing that's going on for you right now, honestly, group 3. And that's amazing. You're beautiful and amazing, and your blessings are like, I'm hearing knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door again. So you might have messages in that song. Yeah, get it. I love you. I hope this helps shed clarity on your situation. I'm hearing, if you don't love me now, then you'll never love me again. Like The Chain by Fleetwood Mac. So there could be messages for you in that song too. I love you so much. I hope that this helped shed light, love, and clarity on your situation, group 3. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, spiritual upgrade, and incarnation in all the realms that you're exploring, because clearly it's more than one. Namaste.